Alright, guys, welcome to the first episode of this podcast we're gonna do during, I guess, I don't know, not during quarantine, but I guess for now on. It's called Shoot the Poop. It's supposed to be Shoot the Shit, but I don't know if shit is like kind of PG friendly, but either way, I think the logo's pretty cute. It's like Shoot the Poop and your like little bullets on the back. But here we're gonna be talking to three guests. We're gonna try to change it up all the time. If not, then we'll have rotating same guests. Depending on people's schedules. But it's gonna be based off topics that will get other people's opinions. And my goal for this is to get people to debate and to kind of just see, the mindset of why people agree and tend to disagree. So we're on the left we have my man Neo. Neo doesn't have a Twitter, so we just go with exclamation, at Neo, because he has no Twitter. Then we got Marnzors, you know what I mean? You guys know Marnzors. Taunt Master, right? Taunt Master, Daigo Killer, Rise General Manager. What else, right? TFT World, eventually World Champion. Coding Master.
Right? Hey, alright, that's enough.
Oh, Marn.
Jesus Christ.
But Mark, can we like see, like, it seems like you're like short, like, can we see a little bit more of you?
Bring the camera down a little bit.
Can we see? We just want to see a little bit more of you. We just want all of you.
That's what the people want.
Alright.
That you moved it like 2 minutes.
Come on, Mark. I want to see what shirt you're wearing. Let me see the shirt. What shirt you wearing?
Pull down a little.
Oh, he might be. Oh.
Are you naked down below?
Alright.
Another.
You good?
Is that a piece of ramen on the lower left corner? I thought it was a piece of ramen, like a ramen pack on the lower left corner. And then we have Sherryjenix. Obviously, you know Sherryjenix from Eat Fight Pass. She be giving visas. She's like Oprah of visas, pretty much. And then he actually went to go get it. It is ramen pack, isn't it? And then we have Sherry. She commentates all the Street Fighter V online tournaments lately for Wednesday night fights. You guys know her from the car scene. And she's kind of like, hopefully one day she'll be sponsored by Popeyes, so we'll see about that. One day. Oh, it's a laundry hamper.
With ramen inside?
No, it looked like a ramen packet. I really thought it was a ramen packet. Yo, what? It's alright. So then, we're gonna talk about some topics, and I would say the first topic is a pretty good one. I guess it's a banger. First topic is going to be about Marvel, and I have my question for you. Is for anyone that wants to start the floor first. Is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 the best Marvel versus series of all time?
No.
I can't answer that. That's up to the Marvel players in this Discord.
It's mine.
Like, it's the best. Like, what do you think? What do you think is the best Marvel versus Capcom game or Marvel versus series of all time? Is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 the best?
Personally, it's the best. I think Marvel 3 is a more complete game, but I think Marvel 2 is the best.
I don't know if that's unbiased.
That's as biased as it's gonna get. Because like, if you ask me what's the best, Marvel 2 is the best. It's not just the best Marvel; it's the best probably fighting game ever made.
The best fighting game ever made, and then Marn instantly was like said no. So what's the best Marvel series versus series to you?
Marvel. Does Marvel Infinite count?
You're gonna go for the Marvel Infinite.
Yeah.
Marvel Infinite is the best for you. Why is Marvel Infinite? That's like one that people really, the internet hates it so much.
I mean, people only hate it because they bandwagon the hate.
Okay, so what makes it better? What makes it the best?
The gameplay is solid. The art is great. Like, yeah, all you like people who always think about like the old art and stuff is better because they're old school heads, right? The new school people understand the art is actually fantastic, made by great people over at Capcom. Like, they worked mad hard on it. They need to understand that, like, it's not Dude, like if people didn't hate on it so much just because they wanted to hate on it, it would probably be the most prominent, biggest esport right now.
Wow, that's huge.
So,
Biggest
I'm not even
esports.
laughing, so like I'm being actually serious. It's a
So,
great
Mark,
game. It's
so I
easy
would-
to watch. The tag system is great. Everything is great about it.
Everything is great about it.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So from time to time, we know Marn. Like sometimes he trolls and stuff, but I think he's like. I was waiting to see if he was like kidding or if you're actually being serious. It seems like he's.
Yeah, he might genuinely feel that way.
Okay, so Sherry, so as a person that loves to spectate Marvel tournaments, because you love watching Marvel tournaments,
Do
what is the best Marvel game that you love watching most?
Marvel 3.
Marvel 3. So we have one person that loves watching Marvel 3 more than any other Marvel tournament. Then you have Neo going for Marvel 2 is the best fighting game of all time, and then Marn saying Marvel Infinite is the best Marvel versus series of all time. So now, Marn, let me ask you a question. So if you had to put two games together and you didn't know which game came out first, would Marvel Infinite be the successor or Marvel 3 be the successor?
If I didn't know,
If you didn't know, if you were a random person, you're like, oh, I want to get the latest Marvel vs. Capcom game because my friends talk about it. Would you pick up a copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite?
Infinite, because the art is better, so you would know it's more of the future.
Well,
Why are you guys so silent? I don't get it.
I feel like if it was a recommendation from your friends that were playing, fighting games, they would not recommend Infinite to you. They would recommend Marvel 3.
Why is that, Sherry?
Because Marvel 3 was much more popular than Infinite. Not saying which is a better game. I'm just saying in general, Marvel 3 is considered way more popular than Infinite.
Why is it more popular?
It's okay. Hold on. This is my personal opinion as a spectator because I don't really know shit about Infinite.
Of course.
So
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm basically a spectator too, but okay.
like Marvel 3's art was really good. It stuck to the whole classic of a 3-character team. And when I watched Marvel Infinite, literally nobody but Dual Kevin plays it like a real fighting game. I felt like everybody else just abused the system of Chun-Li supers and then tag in, just kept on tagging in, and it didn't have the same. Like, Happy Birthdays weren't a real thing in Infinite. I feel like it didn't mean much or get us hyped as it did in Marvel 3. And Marvel 3, the best exhibition of all time, within the 10 years that I had for exhibitions in the FGC, was Seasons Beating's Good vs. Evil, Vanilla Marvel 3. The
Yeah.
Phoenix never watched Sonic Fox versus Champ. Excuse me.
I mean, that was
That
a
was
wash.
bad.
That was a wash. That wasn't
Yeah,
an
and it was
exhibition. It
great.
was a wash.
It was a great exhibition.
I don't think it was a great exhibition,
Okay,
but
keep going, whatever.
but I do agree that one of the best exhibitions was what Sherry mentioned was Good versus Evil.
Yeah, hold on.
And then, but I mean, Neo
Sonic
also
Fox
had
and Champ
some.
is like Good versus Evil.
Neo also had some good exhibition matches, but you don't think Neo's exhibition matches are just as good or even better than the Marvel 3 exhibition matches, like
Particularly
Neo
this
versus
one.
Clockwork.
That's it.
Neo versus Clockwork was pretty good.
Well, you see, I mean, I'm not here to rag on Abraham Sotelo here, Neo.
Here we go.
I'm just saying, you can't say that was that good because Neo's a very boring player. Alright? There's nothing about Neo's gameplay that makes me go, oh my god, that was very exciting.
Mhm.
And I'm being realistic here.
That's fine.
And I understand it's a smart way to play or whatever. It's a very methodical way to play. But it's very boring. So, no. That wouldn't be a great exhibition.
So you
Okay.
understand? Hold on. So let me respond to that. You understand that when you're taking an exhibition into consideration, you're not just there's a lot of variables that are involved when you are watching an exhibition. So my gameplay is not the only variable that is going into a combustible set of variables that makes for a great exhibition. So his style is very explosive, very unique. He was a hero. I was a villain. I was undefeated coming into this match. He was gonna thought to be the one to stop me. There was a huge crowd. So that's what an exhibition entails. You're focusing on one single aspect of the encounter. So I agree with you. My gameplay has never been, it's never gonna make people go crazy because it's not designed to be that way, right? But And I'm not saying, look at Floyd Mayweather. Does he make you excited? Does he make you excited when you watch his fights? No. You're hoping he loses. You're hoping somebody knocks him out. You're hoping his defense gets broken. Justin understands what I'm saying. So it's like we're talking about the exhibition overall, not just like my personal gameplay.
And you wouldn't say any of Floyd Mayweather's fights were the greatest of all time, or any good.
Well, he's definitely the best boxer of all time.
A very boring boxer.
Not the best. I'm not saying I'm the best Marvel vs. Capcom 2 player of all time, right? He's right here. I'm saying you have to appreciate. And you're a scientist as well, so you understand the gameplay. You have to appreciate the science behind something, and criticize it as a whole, not just like, that exhibition kind of sucked because Neo is just kind of a boring player. That's not what happened. And Justin commentated it. Like you couldn't even hear the gameplay sometimes because people were cheering. That aside,
Fine. You know what? I'm gonna be real honest right now. I want to be 100% honest. I'm not even gonna like front or lie or anything. Okay, this is the straight truth. I completely do not remember that exhibition.
So that makes sense because he just went off of my general style. So that makes sense. But look, going back to the Marvel discussion, right? I think personally, I enjoy Marvel 2 personally because it just brings back a lot of like fond memories. But as far as the gameplay goes, it's no secret that Marvel 2's gameplay is pretty much condensed into like 6 to 10 characters, depending on you argue about the system stuff, maybe. But the skill gap in Marvel, the skill gap is extremely, extremely evident. It's like an old school game where if you're level 10 or level 9, a level 7 won't really beat you that much or almost at all. Whereas Marvel 3 opened up the gates a little bit more for there to be more flexibility. But on the turnaround, it's got more characters. It's a little prettier, or it's prettier than Marvel 2. So I think that's what makes it more complete. I just personally like Marvel 2 better.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel 2, Marvel 3, Marvel Infinite definitely have good points on like why this game is good and everything. It's just that I think if you had to choose, let's say you had the power to choose which game would be at EVO for 2021, and you had to choose a Marvel title into EVO, what's the real answer going to be?
What's
your answer?
What's the tournament format here? Or what? Like, is it was it the plan, the top 8, or is it an open tournament?
I mean, it's literally... Damn, that's actually wild. Before you finish, Very Fly Guy definitely just gifted 30 subs. Definitely, very Fly Guy is a very fly guy. Thank you so much for the 30 subes. Really appreciate the love there. That's actually kind of wild. My man with the 30 gift subs. That's actually crazy shit. Very Fly Guy, appreciate the love, man. Thank you so much. Damn, okay, Marn, got the smoke, like the Undertaker going on right there. But like any tournament that you see at EVO, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5, whatever, the standard rules. Like, what if you had the power to choose what game is coming to EVO?
Alright, you guys go first.
Alright, Marn, what game you choosing?
Marvel 3.
Marvel 3. Oh, what happened to Marvel Infinite?
Well, you see, as I said, people don't like Infinite because it has a superior art, and people might be not open-minded and stuff. So we would have to go with Marvel 3 because there's more players. It's I mean, I never said Marvel 3 was a bad game. It's inferior to Infinite, but there's more players. People understand it more. People are more simple-minded and stuff. So you would go with Marvel 3. So I would definitely put Marvel 3 in there.
Okay, Marvel 3. Sherry?
I mean, I've been sticking with Marvel 3, so as a spectator, I'll still say Marvel 3. Also because, it's not like what Neo said. Marvel 2 is, condensed. I love watching Marvel 2, by the way. I just don't know as much as Marvel 3, what's going on. But Marvel 2 is condensed to, your MSP and, very...
The top
Commando.
tiers, right? The top tiers.
Yeah, the top tiers. But then in Marvel 3, you still have people there's Chris and Morgan, right? Then there's you with the Wolverine, Akuma, Storm, and then you have players like KBR whipping out with the big characters, big bodied characters, and everybody has one in Evo. And then there's just so many characters, and people still come up with tech, and it's a really diverse game. And again, like for example, Dual Kevin top 8 Evo with Deadpool, right? Like it's not very stale in Marvel 3. It's really interesting to see what people come up with.
Yeah. How about you, Neil? You're the last defender of the Marvel 2. So it's up to you to see if you're gonna go choose Marvel 3 or stick in the guns with Marvel 2 because it's your favorite game.
That's tough.
I mean, you got a top 8 for Marvel 2 at Evo, right? And then you also got one for Marvel 3.
Yeah.
Which one felt better? Which one was like this? Like you were so happy? Because I remember your Marvel 3 top 8. You were really like, in that moment. Marvel 2, I felt like
Took a while.
I felt like the little jab right there took a while. I felt like in Marvel 2 it was like guaranteed. So which one to you is more important?
Which top 8 or which game?
Which top 8 when you got top 8 in Marvel 2 or versus you got top 8 in Marvel 3, which one felt like more important to you?
Probably Marvel 2, but Marvel 3 should probably be at Evo today. Or if that was the next versus series to be like in the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
For the overall variable that it carries. And yeah, probably Marvel 3, but it's tough. But I would take either one, to be honest. But probably Marvel 3. That's the better answer.
So overall, Marvel's Capcom 3 naturally just has a better lifespan, a better roster, better teams, better variety. I would say just kind of better everything at the moment, huh?
At the moment, I don't know about everything. I don't know about everything.
Like, what is Marvel 3 missing that you prefer in a different game?
There's the execution behind Marvel 2. I mean, you don't need the highest level of execution, like to be great at Marvel 2, but a lot of the stats that you need to satisfy to like get to that top level, compete with at that top level I think it's harder to do it in Marvel 2 than in Marvel 3. Not to say that Marvel 3 is not consistent, but inevitably when you get better and better at a game like that, it seems to carry more like pride, more like it's more nostalgic, it's more raw, Marvel 2 I feel. Whereas Marvel 3 there was still hype, it's just a little friendlier. It's just a little more there's more flexibility there, for more Marvel 3 is more cutthroat.
So when you watched a Marvel 2 top 8 versus a Marvel 3 top 8, what makes you get more hype? What's more hype for you?
Are we talking same level, like top level?
Yeah, well, like your dream matches on Marvel's Capcom 2 top 8 versus your dream matches on Marvel's Capcom 3 top 8.
Oh yeah, no. Of course, Marvel 2 by far.
Marvel 2 is more hype for you, even though you'll probably see MSPs, MSS, Thrax, mainly those type of teams. Like you'll see way more mirror matches versus like if you had a dream Marvel's Capcom 3 top 8, you would get like the Morgans, the Zeros, and obviously the other underdog teams, and see them go through each other.
I mean, there's more variety in Marvel 3, but you start seeing Dooms all over the place too, Virgils, a Phoenix here and there. There's more variety, but to me, O2 lacks in variety makes up in way many other aspects. That's just me.
Okay, what about you? What about you, Marn?
What about me? What?
What about you? If you had to choose which top 8 to watch, and that will get you more motivated, Marvel 2, Marvel 3, or even Marvel Infinite, since you said that's the better game.
I mean, motivated?
Like, like motivated in terms of like you're gonna get hype. You're gonna be like, oh, he's a dumb fuck. You're gonna be like, oh, I need to find someone to bet $20 with. I need to bet dinner. Something that will get you motivated not just from watching, just from like you want to like kind of like make things more interesting?
Marvel 2, just because I've been through all that with Marvel 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Marvel 3 is all good and all, but then, like, if I did bet $20 on someone and they get X Factored,
It gets hype though.
Huh?
It gets hype though.
What makes getting X Factor hype?
It's not getting X Factor comeback that makes it hype, because it kind of rolls your eyes, especially when I see someone like Firebrand get it off. But like it's the fact that that opportunity is there, and sometimes players shut that shit down. That shit gets me hyped. Like when you know Dark Phoenix is coming, but you have a setup to kill her instantly when she activates. That shit gets me hyped.
Of course.
Okay, but how many times when someone X Factors you go, oh yay, and not, oh god? You know?
I feel like it's 50-50. Like
It's definitely not 50-50.
Right.
Most of the time, everyone's like, oh god, dog, that Virgil's about to hit. And then once they get hit, it's like, oh, it's over.
When Justin made the comeback with Akuma with his X Factor, I was 100% getting hyped.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. See, I mean, I would say, based off Sherry, that's based off characters that is not Virgil or Phoenix.
Yeah, like Virgil X Factor level 3, I'm like whatever.
But
Phoenix
the-
X Factor level 3, I'm like whatever.
But how common?
Don't have Virgil.
That's what I'm saying. How common is it that you hear "oh God" versus like "oh shit"? You know what I mean?
I feel like but at high level, I feel like it's basically 50-50. Because okay, fine. Okay, okay. If people were to lose to level 3 X Factors all the time, that does happen. Okay, I will say that does happen more than the other way around, like people preventing it. But when players prevent that shit from happening, that shit is godlike. That shit is hype.
So you get hype off like the 10%.
It's not 10%. And there's other stuff. There's like other plays. It's like when Chris is playing Morgan, and you're like, oh god, here we go. And then you see Morgan get hit, you're like, oh shit, it's happening.
To me,
Yeah, and then you know what happened? Virgil comes in, and then it's like,
But there's so many good players out there, like F-Champ, like Ryan. When he does his Dormammu stuff, and his defense is amazing. That shit gets me hyped too. Like there's so many players that get me hype in Marvel. I can't just name them all.
to me, what X Factor did was, at first, it was like strictly a comeback mechanic, right? Kind of. But then it started evolving into all kinds of different strategies. Like, for example, towards the end, you saw Zero players burn X Factor to keep them at a pixel, because they knew that at the end, X Factor, they'd rather keep Zero than instead of using X Factor level 3, the last character, right? But I feel that what X Factor did is it kind of created a storyline, more so than Marvel 2, right? Because Marvel 2 doesn't have X Factor. So it's kind of like a movie, like, oh wow, they still have X Factor though, like that could turn the whole thing around. Even if the other was ahead 80-20 at the beginning of the match, this thing can put around like 100%. It creates inevitably more drama within the game, like it's over. So to me, that's like, I know a lot of people hate Phoenix, and rightfully so, right? Like she steals games from people, but a lot of people look at it the other way. They say, oh, Phoenix is still alive, and she has 4.5, 4.6, and she only has 20% life left. It's like that. So it's like at the edge of your seat sort of thing. So I think at the end it became a very entertaining tool. Like it only helps the game's like drama. I feel.
Yeah, I can agree with all that. So, based off of what I hear, it to me it just seems like Marvel's Capcom 3 is probably the right answer for best versus series. There are more pros and cons in terms of arguments. Even when Neo was more of like the Marvel's Capcom 2 guy, he definitely complimented way more of Marvel 3 versus a lot of other people that complimented Marvel 2 or even the random Marvel Infinite Marn suggestion. So, yeah. I mean, all answers were great except for Marn saying MVCI has great art. That was actually a wrong answer for...
Have you guys not seen Ultron? Like, are you serious?
Next topic. Goku versus Vegeta.
Oh, well, of course. Of course. Of course.
Goku versus Vegeta.
What about it?
Who wants to go first? Who's better?
All right, clearly I'll go first because I know all of the Dragon Ball lore. Number one, obviously Goku is better, right? Like, Vegeta never fucking wins. Let's be fucking real. Like, he trains all his life and he never wins, right? He's basically like clockwork, right? And it's just the way it is. It's just the way it fucking is. And he can't, like, he's a great person. He's a great guy, but it's just whatever he does, he can't beat Goku. Like, Goku's number one. Like, clearly, like,
that's not right.
Unfortunately, like, it's just how it is, and I can't really, like, have any other answers for you other than, like, just watch the show. Like, Vegeta always gets bopped,
Always good stuff.
and he just never does any work.
Vegeta is a better dad, though.
All right.
That's fact.
Hold on.
Factual.
Hold on. So, you said Vegeta. First of all, you said he always loses. So that's not true. But second, you said we're talking about Vegeta and Goku. Who won the first fight between Vegeta and Goku? The first fight.
Well, I can't answer that for you because I've never watched Dragon Ball.
Was that in Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, it's
Dragon Ball Z.
I could have sworn you literally just said I know the whole story.
Yeah, I was full of shit. I just know that Vegeta always lost. I already know Vegeta always lost, Goku always won, and Piccolo always died.
So as a
Those are three
casual,
plot things.
as a casual person that doesn't know anything about watching Dragon Ball, he knows. So he's under the pretense of knowing that Vegeta just gets bodied because based off everyone's reaction on social media.
Everyone's
Everyone's social.
No, because I had this before all that. I had this opinion before all that. That's like, I know Piccolo always died. So from what I watched, I always saw Piccolo get bodied. I always saw Vegeta get bodied, and I always saw Goku win. Like, what can I say?
Goku always died. He always had to get resurrected with the Dragon Balls.
Well, he probably didn't die more times than Vegeta.
That's true.
I don't know about that.
Actually, Vegeta only died one time.
Yeah.
Goku died
But-
twice.
Goku died 3 times.
What I do know is that when Vegeta fought Goku the first time, Goku lost. Like 100%.
Yeah, but we don't talk. So you're talking about like the the match versus the set. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Goku won in the set.
How did he? Wait a minute. How did he win the set? We're talking about Goku, right? How did he?
Yeah.
How did he win the set?
Okay, because throughout the whole timeline of Dragon Ball Z, I feel like Vegeta slowly.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the first fight.
No, I'm not talking about the first fight.
Okay.
I'm talking about that's just a match, but not the actual set. The set is the entire Dragon Ball Z with Dragon Ball GT. I feel like as the storyline progressed, Vegeta started realizing that he just can't fuck with Goku. Like you could see it. Like he kept getting jealous of Goku. Goku kept hitting all the Super Saiyan levels before Vegeta, discovering shit that Vegeta didn't know about, and then that's why Goku died so many times because he kept pushing his limits. And then people would resurrect him. And even when he was in the heaven world, he was training with the gods, right? Like he's like Michael Jordan if you watch The Last Dance, you know what I'm saying?
No.
During The Last Dance, Michael Jordan, all he wanted to do was practice and be better at basketball. That's all he cared about. And that's why Goku was...
That's what Vegeta wants.
Because Goku did not care about Gohan. All he wanted to do was become the better fighter, no matter what. Even if he died trying to do it.
Alright.
That might just make him the GOAT, you know what I'm saying?
Alright. So Justin said when you let me go back to what Justin said, right? You said who's better. What are we talking? Who's better? Who's a better character? Or who's a better fighter? What are we talking about here?
Yeah,
Overall, who is better?
Oh, it's Vegeta by far.
Overall, who's better?
Vegeta's just hot.
Vegeta. Hold on. Let me
Hot.
Let me get this out, right? Vegeta by far is the most interesting, intriguing, and coolest character in the series. So let's put down the whole who won more, who won less for a second. When it comes to character development, when it comes to not Goku, of course, the protagonist of the series. So they're gonna give him a lot of W's, and there's gonna be a lot of attention on Goku. But Goku, for the most part, as a character, maintains his vanilla, cookie cutter protagonist form. There's a problem. He always comes a little late to make the drama, escalate, and then he saves the day, and by achieving the next form. It's really what he does throughout the whole series. A lot of more people are Vegeta, because Vegeta's always training, he's always struggling, he's always trying to become better, and he goes through a lot of struggle to do so. Goku is always pretty much being spoon-fed everything that he learned. He works hard, but
he got privileged. That's just what it is. You can't hate on the privilege.
I'm saying who is the more intriguing character. So he got handed Kamehameha by Master Yoshi. He got handed Spirit Bomb by King Kai. He got handed the teleport ability by Yardrat people. So everybody's teaching.
Learn that on his own.
Yeah, is it handed or did he learn from them?
Well, it's as if it's gonna take me more time to sit down and try to learn Marvel 2 on my own and figure it out on my own, versus if I have a Justin Wong next to me telling me, hey, if you don't get yourself in these situations, you don't have to worry about this. Don't pick Jill and Akuma because you're gonna waste 7 years of your life getting better at these characters, and when you go to a tournament, you're gonna get bodied. Vegeta had to figure it out on his own. The Galagun, he figured it out on his own. All that stuff he figured out on his own. So it's just tough because it takes a little bit more.
See, so it's a different choice of words. Vegeta created the Galagun. Goku learned Spirit Ball, Spirit Bomb, Kamehameha.
Like, this is how you do it. Concentrate your energy this way. Do it this. I feel it's easier. You're gonna work hard for it, but you're like, okay, I don't have to waste 2-3 years of hard work to get to 1 month of understanding.
And then who's actually really struggling? When you say Vegeta struggles, isn't he married to the most richest woman in the planet? So that means he actually gets spoon-fed anything he wants. She creates a machine for him to practice in. She can find the Dragon Balls whenever she wants if he needs anything. He could get any food he wants versus Goku is married to a person that they're living in the remote middle of nowhere. Chi-Chi's always telling Goku, you gotta make money, you need to get a job, get a driver license. So who's actually really struggling in terms of a character based off the materials and resources that a person has?
Well, I mean, Goku is not. Saiyans, to the best of our knowledge, don't struggle for like the same things that humans have. So, and Sherry just said, Goku, he doesn't even really care about his family like that. Like, let's keep it real. Like, he always.
That's a Saiyan too, though. Vegeta's a Saiyan also.
But he cares more about his family. He's more family oriented. Like.
So when we talk about who is the better character, again, it's like what aspect are you talking about? Because if you're talking about a better fighter, as a better fighter, I think it's Goku. Who's more interesting, I would say, could possibly be Vegeta, because there is a lot of character development with Vegeta, with him starting as an antagonist, right? But he's not truly an antagonist.
Well, he started out as a pure villain, and then antagonist, hero. I think. Look at that. What Goku started off as a good, interesting main character, right? How did he or cookie cutter vanilla character? How does he end up?
I mean, he's still. It doesn't matter that he's a cookie cutter though, because he's godlike.
It's the same. It's the same little kid that walked around and saved.
Yeah, but he was godlike.
Huh?
He's godlike. He's just a golden child, and it is what it is that he just naturally given more opportunities than Vegeta had, and I get it though.
I feel like Goku's a good character, but he's just nowhere near as interesting or intriguing as.
Yeah, but he's a better fighter than Vegeta.
I don't know about that.
Hold on. He's 100% a better fighter than Vegeta.
Just because Goku gets there first, you watch Ballers. It's not how you start; it's how you finish.
Yeah, and Goku is fine every single time.
Vegeta arguably has mastered every echelon better than Goku. So Goku gets there first. He does. You can't deny that. That's fast. But Vegeta seems to master each level better.
I don't think that's true.
I think that's a pretty good argument with that. Like,
I feel like Vegeta's main goal in life, besides like being with Bulma and stuff, is to catch up to Goku. I feel like he's always trying to catch up to Goku. Like Goku will hit something first, and he's like, "Damn, I didn't even know that existed. Hold up, let me go train this and let me work on it." But Goku doesn't stop working. Like when he hits that level, he still continues to train and to achieve the next level. So you can't say that like just because Goku got there first, doesn't like Vegeta's the one who masters what level that Goku's at. Goku keeps on training even though he hit that level first. So I feel like Vegeta's always trying to play the captain, and Goku's the one who's setting the standard.
I mean, if you're talking about distance or speed, Goku gets there faster. If you're talking about quality, that's a different ball. And by the way, we're talking about training. That I don't think this.
Yeah.
Well, Vegeta trains probably double or triple than what.
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
Goku literally dies.
Justin knows
He
it.
trains in heaven.
I mean, I'm just saying that we don't know how much each person fully trains. It just seems like Goku can train.
That's a reasonable assumption here.
Okay, but Goku trained hard enough to get to Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta hasn't gotten Super Saiyan 3. He hasn't gotten that level.
So, Goku might have gotten there with less training, but if we're talking about training dedication, that you can't. That's what Vegeta's known for. He's in the hyperbolic time chain.
Goku's dedication to training is actually OD. That's why he's a terrible father.
Yeah, Goku even trained. Goku even trained to just keep the Super Saiyan form on throughout the day as part of training. Have you ever seen Vegeta just walk around, go into the grocery mart, go into Walmart, Costco with Super Saiyan hair only on?
I saw Vegeta reach Super Saiyan 2 level at a greater depth, so that's why he brought
Is it
imperfect cell to his knee.
Well, he wasn't Super Saiyan 2 that time. Only Gohan got the Super Saiyan 2 during Cell Saga.
Or a better version of Super Saiyan, I mean, when he beat Imperfect Cell. He wasn't perfect yet.
But can you even use that as an argument if Goku was currently sick at the time?
I mean,
he was actually sick.
I mean, if you have been privileged your whole life, every now and again, it's.
Wow, you can't push that on him. That's not Goku's
But
fault.
is it a privilege when Vegeta was born as a prince?
But
he was born into royalty. That's privilege.
But he was tortured by Frieza and manipulated his whole life. So what kind of privilege could he possibly have?
I mean, but was he? But then didn't he still have a backup plan to kind of get rid of Frieza eventually, which he was trying to do? And then during that process, he was getting kind of bodied by the Ginyu Force, right? And then he's eventually getting stronger. But throughout the show of that saga, who were we waiting for?
What do you mean?
Like, what character are we really waiting for to actually start up the show? Like, during that saga. We weren't really expecting Vegeta, Krillin, Gohan to kind of carry that saga. Right? We kind of were waiting for one person coming from Earth to Namek. And who was that?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's his role, is to show up. That's what I'm saying. That he did that with Namek. He did that with Earth. He always arrives. You can predict what Goku's. The Saiyans came, bodied everybody. It looked really grim. Goku was on his. Is he going to be there too late? He's always late, right? Namek happened. Same thing. Ginyu Force bodying everybody. Oh, but here comes Goku. They cue up the music. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he's a character at what he does. It's just there's not a lot of versatility there. So he's the protagonist. Of course, they're going to give him a lot of W's. Now, this is my thing with Vegeta. Vegeta was actually supposed to be removed after he lost on planet Earth to the whole crew. But the people loved him so much that the main writer had to keep him on the show. The main writer, the original main writer, he doesn't like Vegeta. He wants to get rid of him. But Vegeta's so sick and that he had to keep him because the fans told him you can't get rid of this.
Vegeta's a sick character. We're not saying he's a bad or boring character or anything. I'm just saying as a stronger competitor, it would be Goku.
I'm saying he's the better character. That further proves he's the better character. When the fans tell you keep your own show, you got to keep this guy there. That proves to me, it's like a very important variable to me. Stronger. Goku beats Vegeta. Vegeta beats Goku, by the way, the first time they meet. Right?
And so did Goku when Goku versus Vegeta first time, was that a straight up fight?
What do you mean by that?
Like, was it a straight up fight? Like, if Vegeta beat Goku?
No, of course it wasn't a straight up fight. Goku needed the all of his little buddies to come through and help.
Okay, but then didn't Vegeta also have help as well?
What help?
He had the tail, turn the monkey.
It's part of his natural ability. He didn't go to somebody, hey, yo, I need help. It's one of his abilities.
No, but does that really count as like a part of the fight? Like if it's a 1-on-1, you're able to transform the monkey, and then everything in terms of the power of or energy you wasted just completely gone out the window. Does that count? Versus, like, you know what I mean? Like you're pretty much recharged. You're pretty much he pretty much Dark Phoenix in Dragon Ball Z.
But he's not outsourcing it to anybody else. Like he could as easily not learn the power to create to get the moon.
And then
right?
Goku had to fight Nappa first before Vegeta.
One blow. But
I'm
really?
just saying, if it's technically Vegeta and friends versus Goku and friends.
That's crazy.
Like who did Vegeta really lose to in that fight? I can give you that it wasn't Goku.
A crew.
But he did lose to a human. He lost to Yajirobe. Yajirobe actually took out Vegeta. Yajirobe and Krillin took out Vegeta.
I can't believe you're saying this, dude. I'm gonna get a heart attack from this.
Wait! I don't even know what Yajirobe. Who?
Yajirobe.
Hold on, I gotta Google this.
Yajirobe took out Vegeta.
Wait, this guy looks like me. Wait, he took out Vegeta?
He literally took out Vegeta.
No, Justin's making this shit up, bro.
I'm not making this shit up. Neil, can you confirm?
Him out. He cut the tail off to bring him back to.
Wait, so he bodied him.
He did not.
Yajirobe.
The tail was power, he cut it off.
One thing he could have done with the sword, they're like, that's how we're gonna get. He was able to cut off the tail that brought him back to human form from ape form, but he didn't beat him. He just contributed to him stop being an ape.
Nice.
So no, but if you had to look from it, did Yajirobe defeat ape form Vegeta?
Defeat would mean that he won the fight completely.
He did, because he took out the form, didn't he? The form, he went back to human form.
Well, by that logic, you can say that the reason why Yajirobe was able to cut off the tail was because he was being distracted fighting all the other people. So Yajirobe just shows up from the back while he's fighting other people too.
So an elite Prince Saiyan who had all this ability, all this power, couldn't detect a slow running human with a sword.
I mean, we're fighting a Saiyan. Another very
Apparently looks like Marn.
No, Marn does not.
So your boy got fucked by a side character.
Not even a side character.
He helped. Like in a fight.
Oh wow, he got beat by an extra.
Yeah, extra. He definitely lost to an extra.
He is an extra, but like in a fight, sometimes like even chip damage is important. He.
Yeah, but in every single movie ever, extras are never important.
So it took him, Gohan, Krillin, Goku.
Next topic.
So Goku loses 1-on-1 to Vegeta, and even in the second fight.
So who won? Okay, but the answer is who won? Goku and friends versus Vegeta and friends. Who ultimately won in the end?
Goku and friends. No. Like, what do you mean? No.
Goku and friends. Goku and friends beat Vegeta and friends. That's technically the matchup.
I think.
Right? You have Vegeta, Nappa, Cybermen versus Goku and Earth human forces. Who won?
Yajirobe.
But you're suggesting, okay, but here's a fault in that. You're suggesting that Vegeta dealt with all of these characters on his own, whereas Goku dealt with Nappa.
Vegeta did not fight any of these guys until Goku.
Yeah, he fought Goku. He fought Gohan.
That's when everybody was weakened by Nappa and Cybermen.
You're talking about what their individual thing overall, like who they fought. Goku fought Nappa and fought Vegeta, right? And Nappa, you could say, was like maybe 30-40% weakened at that point, something like that. So he fights Nappa, bodies him very, doesn't really break a sweat, right? Vegeta has to fight all these guys. He has battle scars throughout the whole, because Goku's fresh, Vegeta's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
He also has to face Gohan. Gohan.
Was Gohan fresh?
Was he fresh? No, but
Was
he
Krillin
wasn't-
was Krillin fresh?
No, but they weren't bodied either. They were like reasonably in decent shape.
Was Yajirobe fresh?
This is crazy. So he has to fight on his own. Nappa.
Okay, so
I'm
it's
gonna
like so
ignore
you
my
so
boy
you know how
Yajirobe.
like when you go through a bracket and then you're like you got to worry about this guy, that guy. Is Yajirobe gonna be a person that you name that you're like, oh, I'm scared of this guy?
Is he going to be? Well, no, but it starts becoming an issue where you have to face Justin, and then you have to face, other people that are in somewhat similar levels. Every now and again, a random can get a random win, and you needed that win to get to first to 10 or something. Like if it's 5 people.
So Yajirobe definitely beat Vegeta that one random win. He defeated Vegeta. Yajirobe.
Crazy. That's crazy. Well, he didn't beat him, but he slowed him down. He helped. He helped the cause.
Okay. So obviously Sherry believes that Goku will be stronger. Vegeta's a better father. Marn, is gonna just argue Goku, but even though he doesn't know shit. And then Neo, you overall think Vegeta is
Well, clearly now I know
better.
shit. Yajirobe is the GOAT. Like, obviously Yajirobe just killed this topic, bro. Like, it's over.
I mean, Yajirobe did.
Has Goku gotten beat by Yajirobe?
No, Goku won't lose to Yajirobe. But Yajirobe did survive the Trunks timeline in the future, though, so that's pretty sick. Okay, so next topic is a pretty interesting one. I mean, I feel like most of you guys will agree on this one. Best cereal and why? Number one
I'm
cereal.
a child though, so my taste in cereal is like for sweet.
So what's your favorite cereal?
Captain Crunch Berries.
Captain Crunch Berries. Okay, Neo?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is really good.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. All right, Marn.
We're talking about taste, right? Not health. Like taste.
Yeah, you're bet if you went to the supermarket, what cereal are you gonna buy?
Yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is hard to beat.
See, I have 2, and I can't like.
You
I
can
can't
name 2.
choose between them.
You can name 2.
I've always had 2. All right. Lucky Charms and Frosted Flakes. Either one would get me. Like.
So Sherry,
I mean,
Number
Frosted
one?
Flakes.
you said Lucky. You felt disgusted about the Lucky Charms one.
Yes, because
How did-
Lucky Charms is only good for the marshmallows.
That's the fucking point. Who
So-
eats the
Yeah,
regular
but
shit?
but the actual cereal that comes with the marshmallow is trash.
Yeah. What if you run out of
That's why you
marshmallows?
throw that away. What do you mean? I've never eaten the regular stuff. I only eat the marshmallows.
Wait, so you buy a box
know
of
about that.
Charms so you can take your time and put in mad work to take out everything else but leave the marshmallows.
Yes,
Then why would that be your number one choice? You have to
because
put
the
in mad
marshmallows
work.
are OD.
They're not. They're not that OD for me to do that.
She's saying you like part of a cereal instead of the whole product. That's what
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So that's my opinion. Fuck you. Like,
Well, yeah, to Mark's point, that one thing could be better than anything else that's out there. The whole product. That's,
So
I mean,
would you
I'm gonna eat the
guys?
full thing than Frosted Flakes. I mean,
Okay, would you guys go to a supermarket, buy Lucky Charms, and individually pick out all the marshmallows and throw out the rest of the cereal?
No. Why would we do that?
Would you do that, Neo?
I will say this: I try to get more marshmallows in, like strategically, when I pour it into the cereal bowl.
Okay.
I like Lucky Charms a lot too, so I don't know, I like them.
But if you do that, then the rest of the box that's left, which is probably half of it, maybe even 3/4 of it, is like the shitty ass. I don't even know what to call those things.
Yeah, I would say like 60% of the cereal is definitely just all regular cereal, and 40% is Lucky Charms.
Yeah, it's like for every 4 or 5, maybe 6 of them, you get one. Like one little.
So is that worth it when what Martin is trying to say, is that worth it?
Well, Mark's gonna have a very small cereal. You know, like he's gonna have 2 servings out of like 10, 15 servings or whatever it is. I mean, I don't know. I've noticed that one time. Or in.
Mark, did you know?
What?
Did you know that you can buy Lucky Charms with marshmallows only?
No.
Oh, you just.
Oh, is that a game changer?
Wow.
Let me Google that shit.
That must be. It must be. It has to be more expensive.
You can't buy it at the supermarket. It's like a special thing that you can find online.
Well, it's on Amazon. $13.
Damn, that's actually
That's
kind of
marshmallows only.
expensive.
It's
Straight
on the
up
way.
sugar.
It's
Yeah.
on the way.
Well, that shit was bought now. All right.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know.
That's expensive. $13 for a box of cereal.
Worth it.
Box of
Alright.
cereal.
Fuck you.
I mean, the number one cereal of all time is definitely like Raisin Bran. So Raisin
Oh.
Bran,
I
Bran,
know you're a dad and all, but
Raisin
like,
Bran is the number one cereal of all time.
Wait, no. Oh my god. There was one I really loved.
That's crazy. Cocoa Puffs? I love Cocoa Puffs.
No, chocolate cereals is not that good.
It was like cinnamon
That's crazy,
cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah,
but
cinnamon-
like not. Was it like French toast something?
There's a French toast version of cinnamon
Yeah.
toast crunch,
yeah.
but that's like
Yeah,
that's like
that's
that. But that's like one of those like seasonal brands. It's not like a brand that
But
you
like-
naturally would see all the time.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, if you had to pick 3 cereals, which one would you get?
3?
Yeah, 3.
Frosted Flakes French toast crunch and this fucking $13 bag of cereal.
Yeah. It's wow.
Okay, what about you, Neo?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Crunch. And maybe
Regular Captain Crunch or Captain Crunch berries? Because they're the big.
berries.
Okay.
Berries. And Cocoa Puffs. I like Cocoa Puffs a lot.
Okay, what about you, Sharon?
Obviously, Captain Crunch berries.
Uh-huh.
I like the OG tricks.
Okay,
Not the
tricks
new one.
tricks are for kids.
Yes, I like the tricks with the fucking fruit shapes. Those
Okay.
are godlike. And I do like the pebbles, fruity pebbles. And if I
Okay,
can't have
Flintstones.
pebbles, I'll just have pebbles.
Which pebbles? What's the one?
Fruity pebbles over cocoa pebbles.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
So all I all I notice from your guys' cereal taste is that you guys love fucking sugar for no reason. It's all
It's not
sugar
for no
cereal.
reason. There's a reason why we love sugar. There's a reason why
It's all
3 to 1.
sugar. It's all sugar cereal. That's not very good for you. But
well, you said taste.
it's.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
said
saying.
taste.
No, I'm not. I know.
Nobody's gonna-
So
I mean-
we going healthy?
Even if
Healthy,
health,
there's
even
this-
if
there's this like special K one that's godlike.
even if health was an option, you guys would not care about your health and just get sugar regardless. If you were going to the breakfast growing up in school and you saw your favorite cereal versus like Raisin Bran, Kix, Pops, Rice Krispies, you guys are choosing the fucking sugar shit. That's no matter what. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, about health or whatever. You guys are gonna choose your sugar stuff. But I would say the top 3 cereals is probably gonna be Raisin Bran, Pops, and Honey Nut Cheerios.
And
What?
Honey Nut Cheerios is
Honey
barely
Nut Cheerios.
acceptable. Barely acceptable. The other two, you said Pops?
Pops is great.
That
You-
just means you're not like.
You guys
just
don't like
have-
Pops?
You live in a black and white world.
Yeah,
that
yeah. You
doesn't
never had
know
no
what you
privilege.
like.
this
No
is contributing
privilege.
to terrible tier
That's a
list.
no privilege ass fucking cereal.
Pops is amazing.
We might as well start calling Dustin
Trash.
Pops.
Do you know how? Let me tell you something about Pops. Pops is so trash that I remember my mom packed me one of those fucking sandwich bag full of Pops, and I was so offended when I pulled them out for lunch, and I said, "What the fuck is this?" When I was a child. That was so disrespectful. I told my mom to never buy this shitty ass box of Pops again.
Justin, I think because you yourself are a Pops now, bro. You're just getting.
I mean, I just like Pops. Okay, so this is this is the next part of the question to cereal. Okay, now, are you pouring milk first or cereal first?
Oh,
Just the
geez.
cereal first. Okay, you are it's 3 to 1 again because you're 1000% the only person in this chat that does milk first.
Why do you do that for?
Yeah, Justin, I truly believe you do that for shit for clout because you cannot actually do that for real.
I definitely do.
I believe it.
How
Definitely.
how are you so good at fighting games and little things like that? It's like upside down, like gonna put the milk
I mean,
first.
that might be the secret. You know what I'm saying?
So you guys don't like when your cereal gets like soggy?
No.
I love the soggy cereal.
Wait, you like the cereal soggy?
I like when like it's crunchy first and then eventually it gets soggy.
You want to
That,
eat
that
it
happens
before
with either way you pour it. What do you mean?
No, but like you get more of the soggy eventually, like halfway. It's based off the amount of bites. So based on, let's say, okay, first bite crunch, second, fourth, eventually the seventh bite, going to the 7 to the 15 bites, it's gonna be soggy. But if I pour cereal
it's the
first and then
same
milk, it's not the
thing.
same. It's not the same because if you do cereal first and then milk, then the soggy hits at the 10th bite. So you only get 6 soggy bites
No,
versus
that's bullshit.
versus
Your
9
science is
soggy
fucking
bites.
You want
bullshit.
soggy cereal, right? Why don't you just eat oatmeal with your fucking pop loving ass? You can just get some plain ass oatmeal.
Well,
no
oatmeal is very good.
syrup, and then just cook it and have some oatmeal.
Oatmeal is great. It's very good, but I like the cold milk. There's nothing wrong with oatmeal.
You
Like
can
the
just put your oatmeal in the fridge and you would have a godlike breakfast every single time you wake up. You have some cold ass oatmeal, no sugar,
it's not the same because the oatmeal will get
no
sticky.
life.
The oatmeal will get
The
sticky.
only difference between pouring any of that shit differently is that milk might splash off the fucking cereal.
And you have less control as to the cereal.
I mean, if you do cereal first, the milk will splash. You're gonna get milk stains randomly around the bowl for sure.
Justin, like, and your bowl's right here. Why would your cereal be splashing everywhere?
What if you
Yeah.
have what if you have hard ass cereal? Them if you could like them hard ass cereal is gonna splash everywhere, bro.
What do you? How are you pouring your milk? You
I'm just
You
saying
pour it
if
in.
milk goes first, if
there's no
if milk goes first, the chances of the cereal going second and then milk splashing is way less versus cereal first and
That's
then
actually
milk.
not fact.
Yeah, it's facts.
No.
That's not fact. You can tell.
If you hold the milk next to the bowl, it's not gonna. How's it gonna? You just hold it next to the bowl.
That's gonna splash, man.
It's
I
gonna splash.
got some cereal. I got some cereal in my living room, in my kitchen right now. I can go grab some.
I'm just saying
I
that
can bust the cereal out.
I don't understand what's the problem with milk first or cereal first. I never knew that it was such a big
It's not
thing.
necessarily a problem. You're just weird
But
It's
what makes it weird?
because you are
Mechanically
the outlier. So there's a standard, which is the three of us in here, and then you are the outlier, which makes you the weird one. So you're not doing anything wrong, Justin. You're just weird.
I mean, is it really weird or is it just or I mean, what makes it more weird? Like pouring milk first or microwaving your cereal?
Okay, there's only one person I know that microwaves cereal.
That's crazy. By the way, like,
Is that Julio or Apology Man?
Apology, man.
Apology Man.
apologize for that.
he's like the 0.5% though.
You're the type of person who gets out of the shower and wipes his balls first.
What?
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I definitely wipe my junk first before I wipe everywhere else. You don't? What do you wipe first?
I thought it's
Hair.
like, yeah, from top down.
Like when you
Yeah,
step out the shower, you grab the towel. Like it goes from down to up, right? So eventually you
I don't do that. I stay inside, so I don't spill on the floor.
wait. You
And
stay
then,
inside
like,
the shower?
When you turn off the shower,
Do that. Some people
Balls
do that.
is last, dude. Wait.
because if you go outside, unless there's a towel on the bottom, you're gonna spill, right? But that, starting down there, huh?
You normally have a mat. You know,
Yeah,
you
I
have
start
like a
to-
water absorbent mat.
Yeah, I mean, I start down. I don't like wipe like the whole thing. It's like a short brush and then hair and then go down. But it's definitely the first moment the towel hits, it's gonna hit the fucking
Oh, you-
balls.
so
Wait,
you-
how right? Wait. Before you guys keep going on, how right was I though? How right was I?
That is true. That is a good read.
I called that shit so fast. What do you?
That's a good read.
That was a good read.
But so wait, Justin, you do that first, and then it goes to the face.
No, my hair and then the face.
You know.
Interesting.
I mean, you just took a shower, so I don't. You know.
All right. So now the next question is: back in the day FGC versus today's FGC.
So
Back in the day.
Back in the day FGC. How about you, Neo?
Same.
Okay. What about you, Sherry?
Free. But my back in the day doesn't go as far as back as you guys, obviously, because
What
you
does
guys.
that mean? That's true. That wasn't.
Huh?
That's true. I'm asking Justin. Like, what does that mean back?
Oh.
Because Sherry's kind of in the middle, sort of.
I mean,
I
Sherry's.
feel like I'm 11 years deep in. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? I
like,
feel
does
I
that-
don't know anymore.
Doesn't that consider as back in the day now? Since if you're like 10 years plus.
Sure. I mean, if that's the case, yeah. Then I mean,
How back in the day are we talking?
I mean, whatever you want to define as back in the day. You can be back in the day in the 2000s versus Sherry's back in the day, which is 2009.
Yeah.
You know, or Neo's back in the day, which is like 2004, 5-ish. You know what I mean? So you think back in the day FGC, from all three of you, is better than today's FGC?
I mean, obviously there's more money in today's FGC, but like back in the day, there's just more freedom. Freedom is all it is.
the remember berries.
So it's more based off the things you can, I would say, have fun and get away with without being, I guess, questioned or without being like judged. Is that
I
what
just
you're
feel-
saying?
I just feel that the same trend in the FGC, or the FGC sort of, the same thing happened with the FGC as it did with wrestling. Like, wrestling, there was a lot of content that before was deemed like fun and acceptable because people escaped their ordinary jobs, their ordinary lives, the pressures, the social, political pressures, to go do something fun and enjoy competition. And so there was a little bit more flexibility for that fun. But then, as time dwindled on, now you got the PG era, you know, in WWE. So it's a lot more controlled. They have to follow a script. They can't do it by heart fully, right? I feel it's the same. So it's a little bit more stale, definitely, or honestly a lot more stale. Not just-
Okay. So what about? But that's only if you were privileged to be in a good state for back in the day FGC. If you're from New York, Texas, California, you would say that you might just only say it's back in the day FGC is better. But what about if you're in today's FGC and you live in Minnesota or Wisconsin, random ass states that you probably never even visited? Like you would
Isn't
think
it the
that
same?
you would think that today's FGC is better than back in the day FGC because those scenes didn't have a FGC at the time. Right? Today's FGC is given those other states, other platforms, places around the world, those platforms to come together, meet up everybody. So wouldn't you say from that regard that would be that's actually kind of better?
Maybe that's a question for Shika Sherry's.
I mean, she's from California too, so she's privileged too for the scene.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like the perspective of the scene nowadays potentially could be better because she came at a point where, I mean, she's still now like an OG, right? Considered she's been around FGC for a while, but she came at a point where there was a transitioning period, like into the more, esports, or it was on its way. I don't know. For me personally, I just feel like today people are gonna sometimes look at grassroots and be, oh, that's kind of gay, huh? Or oh, that the grassroots kind of like nowadays there's production value, there's more money, like Marn said. So a lot of people nowadays, new people are going to think, well, there seems to be more opportunities now. There's a pro tour now. Why would we want to go back in time, backwards, if you will, to the prize pools being so low, to players not being sponsored to fly? Like, I can see that. It's just, there's not as much heart for
I
me.
mean, I don't think that's kind of the reason why. Like, money definitely obviously helps for the pro players, but I do think that the massive amount of tournaments with Capcom Pro Tour and all that type of stuff really helps other peoples that don't have a scene to actually say that they belong to a scene.
That too.
Right? So, like, back in the day, you would only have 4 tournaments a year, and those are the only 4 tournaments that people can go to. which might not even, like maybe people still can't even go to those 4 tournaments. But if you had all these other tournaments that's going on in the year, there's a chance that a lot of people can actually choose and pick to see which tournaments they can go or afford to go to. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, wouldn't that be an argument on why today's FGC is better than back in the days FGC?
I mean, if you think about what do you mean by like these no states like going to places? Like what tournaments can they go to that they couldn't go back in the day?
I mean,
like locals. Let's say about their local scenes. Why, if they didn't have a local scene, would they be thinking about going to Evo back in the day or Text Showdown back in the day?
I mean, are there really that many local scenes now?
Yeah.
yes,
It's everywhere. So many local scenes.
everywhere, in almost every state.
Yeah, there's probably a tournament stream for a local before coronavirus every day. Every day there's a local tournament.
Dang, every day too.
Every day. Right? So
The field, yeah. I mean,
Well, I mean, so if we're talking about like FGC in terms of esports, I would say today is obviously better than back in the day because back in the day we were struggling with recording shit on VHS. YouTube was a new thing. Justin.tv before Twitch.tv. Like, we played just to play and get better, right? And there was no opportunity for this shit. Like, if you grew up back in the day, there's no way you would have been like, damn, I could have made something out of myself if I stuck playing fighting games like where we are now. So, in terms of that, this FGC is better than the past FGC. My take on old versus new is more of a personal thing because I just feel like I'm getting older and my tolerance for the shit that I deal with has grown a lot less. So I'm not cool, or I don't like how some of the new people move. But generally speaking, I like the new FGC because of all the opportunities they provide you. Like, you don't have to be... I know everybody wants it to be the whole thing, like, oh, you have to be the best player to get opportunities, but that's not the case anymore. And I'm okay with that, although a lot of people aren't. A lot of people are still on the whole, you need to be the best player if you want to be sponsored. Like, why are you sponsored if you're not winning tournaments, blah, 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 blah. I'm glad to see people come up, like, make opportunities out of themselves through content creation. And they don't need to be the best player, but some of them are, like, pretty damn good players. And I feel like that level has grown so much more because of, the exchange of information and stuff like that. And the fact that I could go anywhere in the world and there's FGC literally anywhere I go, I think that's an amazing thing. And I feel like I could do that with a new FGC, but I couldn't really do that with, like, Street Fighter 4 days. Because we weren't as well known back then, like, connected with other communities, you know what I'm saying? So now, like, if I was going to go to Brazil, I would just hit up my homies in Brazil and be like, yo, I'm coming to Brazil. Can I stay with you? Can we get some sessions in? And they're like, yeah. But back in the day, I wouldn't know who the hell to hit up in Brazil. Like, I only knew Kioma.
See, but that's just you, though. Because I hit up people all the time on SRK. I used to be like, yo, I'm coming to Canada. I need a place to stay. And this, I forgot his name. But he still owes me a bus ride. But
yeah. Well, yeah, that's just my perspective. So obviously, you guys probably would have known other players from other countries
like
back in the day.
Justin came to my, like, second or third tournament. He stayed with me. I forgot how he found a place, but
you
stayed with me.
You randomly just aimed me. I don't know how people found my aim name back in the day. Like, it's just like I'll just get random aim messages, and then I just saw Marn, and he's like, "Hey man, you should come to Texas Showdown," and I'm like, "Huh?" And then he just told me about the tournament, and then I came to Texas Showdown, and then he housed me, and he named our team Bible Black. I don't know if you guys know what Bible Black is. Do you know what Bible Black is, Sherry?
I don't know what
Is that
Bible
an
Black
anime?
Sort of.
Oh, it's an anime. You should check it out sometime.
Neil, do you know what Bible Black is?
me?
Yeah.
No,
Okay, so obviously, in T tournaments, you can make a name, right?
of course.
So I was like, Marn, you can name my team. I don't care. He's like, yeah, you sure? Any team? Any name? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care. And he said, all right, we're going to be Team Bible Black. And I was like, wow, that's actually a pretty cool name. Because I didn't know anything about it. I'm like, wow, that's actually creative. Good shit. Right? And then eventually, after the tournament, they're announcing Team Bible Black in the grand finals. Everyone's just chuckling in the background. I'm like, why is everyone chuckling? It's a cool name. And then at the end of the tournament, I looked it up. It was a hentai. It was tentacle high school girl porn, pretty
That's
much.
crazy.
So Marn named that as our team name, and that's my introduction to Marn.
Wait.
Friendship.
Justin decided to like leave out very, very key points to this. Okay. First of all, we were staying with this guy named Matt. Okay. We were staying with this guy named Matt, and in the back seat of his fucking, you know how there's a little cover in the back seat thing, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a little fucking, yeah. He had the Bible Black DVD in there. Okay. And I was looking at it, intrigued. Okay.
Intrigued. Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure Justin was in the front seat. All right. But me and Desmond were in the back seat, and I showed it to Desmond. Okay. And I was like, this should be our team name. Okay. So maybe we didn't tell Justin in the first place. But it's not like I knew and I was watching it beforehand. Okay, it was that guy's DVD. It wasn't mine. All right. So let's not fucking forget that part. All right. At least Desmond knew. Okay, I knew. Maybe Justin didn't know, but that's how I got it. Okay, it was not my fault.
But your guys' first like when he came to the tournament, that was your guys' first like friendship.
Yeah, that was our first encounter. Was that tournament, and he named the team Bible Black.
You know, at that tournament too, there was this guy. There's this guy named Harvey who was trying to teach Justin how to play Third Strike Chun-Li, and Justin told him to shut up. He knew he was doing or some shit. He said something. He was so mean. He was so mean because Harvey was just trying to help him, and Justin was like, "Yo, I know what I'm doing" or something. I was like, Jesus Christ. But yeah,
I mean, from what I heard, Justin, you were an asshole back in the day.
What made me an asshole? I don't know why people called me an asshole.
I mean, Marn just gave an example. There was a young lad by the name of Harvey trying to help you out in Third Strike, and you told him to shut up.
He wasn't young. He was old. He wasn't young. He was older.
See, I do not remember that, but it could be where he just kept talking and talking, and then
he was definitely just talking, and you were playing in the team tournament.
Yeah, so there you go. There's a reason, in that regards, that like shut up. I'm playing in a tournament. Why are you teaching me? Why are you trying to teach me while I'm playing in the tournament? Wouldn't that be annoying to you? If I kept telling you, Sherry, when you're playing Street Fighter 4, I was like, Sherry, you have to size mode. You gotta size mode. You gotta, and like literally every 5 seconds, you would eventually tell me, shut up, or I got this, or something where you like, I need you to get off my butt.
But I feel like you might have told the guy to shut the fuck up and leave you the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying?
See, but how did it go from saying shut up to Sherry saying shut the fuck up? Like, where did it go? How did it go from that, right?
No.
I mean, that's not worse.
I just filled in the blank for him. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I don't see what makes me I definitely did asshole things in terms of like matches and like games and stuff like that. Stuff like that happens. I mean, that's when we're young. I mean, Marn has done many taunts in the future, right? And you know, and then Neil will always throw in those little jab comments after a game. You know what I mean? Like against Sanford. Like when Sanford, you had the West Coast versus Sanford, and then you beat Sanford, and you're like, "This is my fucking team." You know, it's like little jabs like that. Yeah, you know, like little stuff like that to kind of trigger people. Like people has done that all the time, and you can't even say you didn't do that, Neo. You did it.
That's in the spirit of competition, though.
I'm just saying the name is called Santhrax. You beat him one game, and you said, "This is my fucking team," and then
because you know it was one game. That's true. But he went to scrub. Okay, all right.
He was a scrub?
He went to scrub.
I thought you said he was a scrub. Oh yeah, he went to scrub. I mean, the thing is, he has to go through those counter picks based off just the type of matches that he was going through.
Right. I'm saying at that point, because I made him go to scrub, or he chose to go to scrub, he could have stepped up with Sandrax. I'm like, I'm an up-and-comer at that point. I get a game off of one of the best that's ever played that game, right?
Yeah.
With team. And then he goes to a different team.
Yeah.
Super.
Thank you, Just Good Wine. And then also, you know, you have Sherry. She ain't gonna take no shits. She gonna pop off on her own way. You know, we seen it. We're not gonna mention things like that.
Wait, boy, but I'm not the one who like starts it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really an asshole. I just defend myself.
Yeah, it's just based off like based off of someone's viewing in. Like it looks like you were like if she said one thing, you would say 10 pages
I'm gonna
worth.
finish it.
You would say 10 pages worth versus a 1 pager.
I wouldn't say 10 pages worth. I would do 10 pages worth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She'll bring a real gun to a water balloon fight, is what you're saying.
Yeah, she'll bring a gun to a knife fight. That's what Sherry is gonna do. So I mean, a lot of things people do have their asshole moments in the FGC, and that's another thing. What's cool about back in the day FGC, where you're able to do stuff like that, and people thought of that as like a WWE, like well before WWE, WWF Attitude Era type of thing, and people were like, yo, that's what made FGC raw compared to obviously now where if you say something.
I fought somebody last year.
What?
Oh, you did. I mean, no, was it last year?
Well, yeah, well, technically it's last year. This season didn't start. It could have happened this season too. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like with the industry growing, with just evolution of social media and just social standards, it can't be the way that it was before. Because to be honest, the way that it was before, sure, it was really fun popping off on people and stuff, but there's a lot of times people went past like a certain limit that could be considered disrespectful.
Yeah, that's true. That's
the
true.
new standards, I don't hate as much, or I don't see them as negative as much as other people, because I feel like there are some standards that need to be put in as everything evolves. Everything doesn't stay stagnant. It's not a static world. It's a dynamic world. So as we evolve, the rules of standards need to evolve also.
But the viewpoint, though, is the pendulum swung too far to the other side.
That could happen. But it's,
Or
how...
it can really happen.
Yeah, so it's just like, nothing's ever perfect. Everything is... If things are always changing so much, how do you ever know what's the correct way to respond to something that changes all the time?
I think a reasonable balance would have been better. I'm also for a lot of the positive things you guys said for today's like FGC, more opportunities, potentially more money, more people being able to travel. That's great.
Yeah.
It came with a lot of consequences, that sacrifice, but I think it's hard.
Back in the day, people did what they had to do to go to these events anyway.
Yeah, so
People did some crazy shit. Hold up.
people did do crazy stuff. And I mean, some amazing stories is like, I don't know if Neo has any amazing stories, but East Coast definitely had some amazing stories with with Mike Infinite.
Hell yeah!
Mike Infinite's getting stowaway on the Amtrak train to a North Carolina tournament, and then stuff like that. Like
at Evo, he asked me for fucking bus money to go back to New York from Evo. I was like, what?
What's that? You got delivery Popeyes?
Yeah, the sponsorship coming. Look at that.
The Popeyes?
Look, I couldn't wait. I got some tenders for me.
Tenders.
You ordered that? You ordered that when we were on the phone call, in the thing?
No. My family picked it up for me.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
Nice.
I mean, since you have Popeyes, is Popeyes the best chicken fast food restaurant?
Yeah. Fast food chicken, yeah.
Fast food chicken? Best fast food chicken? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Is it better than KFC? Is it better than Chick-fil-A? Is it better than
Well, I've had this
Church's?
discussion with Neil before.
Raising Cane's?
You can't count Chick-fil-A in a fried chicken thing, dude.
Raising Cane's?
I'm more of a Bojangles type of guy.
Oh, what?
Bojangles.
Yeah, but that's only in
Jolly
the Midwest.
Bees?
I mean, that's where
Jolly Bees isn't everywhere in the U.S. though.
Churches.
Church's is good. Popeyes is better.
Popeyes is only has 2 good things on the menu.
I like KFC better overall. It's a close call though. Popeyes is really good, but I just think KFC, the secret recipe is.
So Popeyes, I think, is only good for chicken tenders, and obviously the chicken sandwich. That's it.
Regular chicken is amazing. What do you mean?
No, I think if I want a regular chicken, I would go for KFC regular chicken.
What? KFC's regular chicken is actually like trash. Like that's just not even in the fucking tier
I just
list.
think KFC sides are better.
They are better.
KFC mashed potatoes are good.
But you can't say KFC chicken is better, dog.
No, I'm saying KFC is like the bucket chicken is better than Popeye's bucket chicken, in my opinion.
Why?
I just like the taste. I like the spicy.
Wait, KFC?
Yeah, KFC is spicy. I like
KFC
KFC
is
spicy.
just salt.
But
KFC is literally just salt on their chicken.
I just
That's
I
it.
don't even know how you've gotten through life right now, Justin. This is fucking.
No, I mean Neo said KFC is better too. In what regards?
I knew, but that's because he has rose-colored glasses on. When I had this discussion with him, it was at least 2 hours long, and what we boiled it down to was him saying that KFC has never done him wrong in his childhood, so he can't betray KFC now.
It's part of the reason.
That's it.
No, that wasn't the like.
That's what
It's one of the main reasons. Like, I really like the secret recipe from KFC. Like, I think it's really. I think that
your recipe is salt.
look. I think people go OD with new things that they then just have to belittle, like by default. Other things, like, for example, we have this discussion all the time. Like, Five Guys is really good, but because Five Guys is really good, now all of a sudden In-N-Out is trash. Like, no, like I like Popeyes a lot. I just think KFC edges them out a little bit. To me,
It doesn't though.
well, to you, you're not. You're like Miss Popeyes. Like,
No, I'm Miss Chicken, and Popeyes is at the top of the list.
So okay, what's the number one thing to get at Popeyes?
Look,
If you had to choose one thing, only one thing, don't combine shit. What's the number one thing?
Spicy chicken.
but this is why Popeyes is a goat though.
Oh
It's really hard to just choose one.
no, I want to know if you had to choose. If you had to do a 1v1, KFC's number one dish versus Popeye's number one dish. What is the number one dish?
Popeyes tenders beats anybody's tenders, and it definitely beats KFC's chicken.
Okay, so Popeyes. So you would choose Popeyes tenders as your to-go tournament character, for example.
here, if you could only choose one thing to eat from Popeyes for the rest of your life,
That's fine. I'll eat the fucking tenders. Fine.
So you think
I feel like people who eat
Popeyes
tenders don't have good taste.
Yeah, you think Popeyes tenders are better than KFC's famous bowl?
Free.
that's close. I don't know. Free.
Or even KFC's popcorn chicken?
It's not free.
No, that shit is free.
It is not free. It's kind of a close.
No,
Oh,
it's free. That's 10-0 matchup.
10. Oh. Like no chance. Like not. Like
No chance.
that's crazy. You can say 7-3, 6-4, 10-0.
10-0.
Popeyes, hope you're watching. Pick her up.
Yeah, but even then, you don't think Raising Cane's tenders is better than Popeyes tenders?
No, because Raising Cane's is sauce. You can't eat nobody eats Raising Cane's chicken without the sauce.
I do.
Never get the chicken without the sauce.
I only use the sauce for the toast. Or
Ooh, the toast is godlike, by the way. That's
I only use the sauce. My sauce goes to the bread. The chicken I can eat alone.
No, you can't. Nobody eats Raising Cane's chicken by itself.
But he did it though. What do you mean he can't?
What? You can't.
No, I just know you can't.
No, you
Nobody
can't.
does that shit. Unless you're Justin.
No, I actually love. I think the best thing about Raising Cane is the sauce. But the
sauce carries
but the thing is, the sauce with the Raising Cane's chicken tenders is just better than Popeyes versus any of Popeye's sauces.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I like. For me, the best thing at Raising Cane's is the bread. The bread's amazing.
toast is really good, yeah. But let me take you to chicken now. And
Oh,
chicken now is already better than Raising Cane's. If we were gonna talk about chicken and sauce, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't need sauce for Popeye's tenders. You can just enjoy it like how I am enjoying it without any sauce.
But then I feel like when I get Popeye's tenders, well, before I became a vegetarian, I needed the sweet and sour sauce from Popeyes.
You don't need it.
I needed it.
That's what you think, Justin. And
I'm
you're a
s-
weirdo. So.
I'm just saying the thing is, but is it a weirdo thing? Because they even ask you what sauce do you want for your tenders.
Yeah, it's optional.
Yeah,
you
but
don't
most of the time it's not. It's even though it's optional, it's kind of mandatory.
it's kind of
No, it's not
necessary.
mandatory.
It's kind of mandatory. It's like you getting chicken nuggets and you're gonna make sure you have sauce. It's mandatory. Sauce is the boss.
It's like fries and ketchup. It's kind of like that. You don't need the ketchup, but you know,
With Popeye's Cajun fries, you definitely don't need the ketchup.
no, hold on. You see, you just jumped. He's talking about the chicken needing sauce. I'm saying that's the somewhat equivalent to fries.
No, but that's why I'm saying Popeyes is so godlike. Because with Popeyes chicken, you don't need the sauce. With Popeyes Cajun fries, you don't need the sauce.
No, but the thing is, no matter what, you kind of do need the sauce. Overall, you're gonna get the sauce to make things better.
You're literally eating it without the sauce.
That's you, cause you weird.
No, you're the weirdo.
Okay, Sherry. If you had Raisin Cane's,
The only thing you need to care from Popeyes is some fucking honey for those biscuits, for those dry ass biscuits, or water. But that's the only thing you need to put sauce on at Popeyes.
so if you had Raisin Cane sauce with you right now, would you not dip it, the Popeyes in it?
Oh. You think I'm gonna taint a fucking Popeyes tender with some Raisin Cane spicy sauce? I don't need it.
Well, Raisin Cane spice sauce is not spicy.
Well, it's not that you don't need it. He's asking if it would be better.
It wouldn't be better. You're tainting the spicy seasoning, the Cajun seasoning on a Popeyes tender.
I feel like the sauce would look better on the tender though.
No, that's godlike.
Well, yeah, I mean, you are changing it, but in changing it, perhaps you're also amplifying the taste. You're enhancing the taste, right?
You're not enhancing, you're changing. It's only...
You are changing. I 100% agree with you. You are changing by default because it's not the same thing, but sometimes certain sauces tend to further enhance a better taste.
The only thing that enhances anything in food from its natural taste is salt. By adding a little salt to anything that you eat, it enhances the natural flavors of the food that you're eating.
I don't like salt, so I don't know.
I'm just letting you know from a cooking perspective, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I need sauce too. Like, I can't just eat chicken without, like, Popeye's chicken without, like, having the ranch one, what is it, the spicy ranch? What's it called?
Wait, from Popeyes, it's just ranch?
Very much.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. It's like spicy or blackened ranch.
Blackened ranch.
Yeah, that one's OD.
All right, so obviously that was sidetrack Popeyes, but I guess we can agree that with chicken tenders we do need sauce. But let's move on. And best tournament you went to? What's the best tournament you went to?
Ooh.
Of all time?
Of all time, best tournament you went to?
Season beatings.
Which season beatings?
Good versus evil.
Oh, the Marvel 3 year.
That's crazy.
You gotta say it, Marvel 3. That shit was godlike.
The two Marvel that's the two Marvel exhibitions that they had was Good vs Evil with
Team Japan versus the world.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Team Japan versus the world.
I
Oh, there was 3 exhibitions.
Yeah.
That's right. There was 3 exhibitions. There was West Coast versus East Coast, Marvel 3. Then there was Good vs Evil, Marvel 3, and then there was USA versus the world in Street Fighter 4. So that year, okay, that season beatings. What about you, Neo?
Season's Beatings Redemption.
Is that the Marvel 2 one?
Yeah.
Okay.
When we beat you guys.
Oh, so you're in the team tournament.
Just that whole tournament was not just that. I'm just I'm trolling, but that whole tournament to me was godlike.
Okay. And what about you?
Yeah, I just won the regular tournament. I didn't win and it was still amazing. So.
What about you, Marn?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I would actually probably say West Coast Warzone 1.
The one you won. That's the one you won.
Huh?
Isn't that the one you won? West Coast Warzone?
Yeah, but there was a lot of outside factors that was fucking hilarious too. But I can't tell you on stream.
Of course. I mean, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. So,
Was Marn there? Do you remember the season's beatings when the new iPhone came out and we woke up at 5 in the morning?
yeah, Marn was the reason why we went there.
Yeah, we went to the mall and waited in line.
Oh, that was the year Kimmy was there too.
Marn was like a fucking baller that year when, Marn bought Ricky an iPhone pretty much.
Yeah, Ricky was
Never
with
paid me
us.
back.
No, you bought it for Ricky. I don't know what you're talking about. You bought the iPhone for Ricky.
Oh, okay.
That's what I know.
Was Kimmy there that year? Kimmy was there that year.
So
Right?
so double season beatings. I mean, season beatings is definitely amazing. And then West Coast Warzone 1. I mean, I wasn't there for West Coast Warzone 1.
I was there.
There's a lot of outside factors.
I don't know what Martin's talking about though, but I was there.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Justin probably knows.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there.
I got Flo mad that year.
I don't remember. I mean, I wasn't there.
Oh.
I wasn't at West Coast
Yeah,
Warzone 1.
you didn't want to be there.
But season
Which
beatings.
was the one?
I mean, season
What
beatings.
about-
I think the one Sherry mentioned was really good because it was kind of like a lot. I think the exhibitions in that one was really on par.
It was old game.
Yeah, the one Neo was talking about is pretty good. Redemption's really good too. I would say that one's kind of more of like it was more focused on Marvel vs. Capcom 2 versus any other game.
Well, there was Street Fighter 2. I mean, as well, right? Like,
Yeah, but like I think the Marvel 2 really took over Redemption versus the one that Sherry went to. I'm not sure what was the name of that one. Of that season being like the tagline for it, but that one was pretty good. That one was really good because there was a thing for everybody. Like if you were not a Marvel 3 player, or you could play a different game. But the thing is, even if you're not a Marvel 3 player, you enjoyed the exhibition because it went down to the wire.
yeah, that's true.
But I think that one was good. I mean, most season beatings exhibition was good. Even the F Champ versus Chris G. After Evo, that one was a good exhibition.
Yep.
K-Rad beating Infiltration in Street Fighter 4, that was hype.
I made so much money.
Yeah, that was...
Not on that, but I made so much money on the when Chris G had to play Punko. And Chris Matrix gave me 8-1 odds.
8-1 odds.
Sounds like Chris Matrix, something he would do.
Yep, 8-1 odds, and I put on Chris.
So you don't think you would consider Evo or a Combo Breaker or a CEO one of the best tournaments you've been to?
Pretty close.
One of the best?
Like contender as best tournament you went to.
I mean, Evo's like the biggest, most prestigious, hardest tournament.
I don't think I've ever come out of an Evo like, damn, that was fucking godlike.
You mean like there's moments that made you like, oh, that was a good moment, but the overall experience wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I came out of West Coast Warzone. I mean, I guess because I won also, but like,
Sure.
there was just so many other factors. I was just like, damn, that shit was godlike. And then Triforce made a video for me.
So everything just lined up for you, is what you're saying there, yeah.
It was nice.
You know what was the godlike tournament?
Mm-hmm. What?
The first 2-3 years of CEO.
I would say the first CEO was my favorite tournament of all time.
It was like before the pool party was an official thing.
Yep.
So nobody got kicked out of the pool party because like we were just chilling in the pool. It wasn't like a massive official event. We went to Disney World at Universal Studios. Like the tournament was ran well. Presentation was done well. Like we were like it was really fun time.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first CEO. Neo, I think Neo was at Revelations.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were at
During
Revelations.
the same time?
Yeah, they were
was
both
the
the
same.
same weekend. They were both the same weekend, and then I mean, Marn was with us as CEO, and yeah, I felt like it was. I think, but the thing is, it might have been OD because it was catered mainly towards the like top players or known players.
Yeah,
So,
because it wasn't a big event yet.
no, I mean, like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like we definitely had some super privileges of Disneyland and Universal Studios. Like you're not gonna have an 0-2 guy. Like the 0-2 guy did not get the same privileges that we got at CEO.
It was fun though.
Like because we went to Disney World and Universal Studios, and pretty much we had like the black card of everything. Like we were able to skip lines. We were able we were escorted to the front of the rides.
Hey.
In the fast pass lane. So
Right.
we got escorted through the normal lane. We got escorted to the front of the line with a fast pass.
Dude, that's like next level. So that's like tier 1.
Yeah.
Fast pass tier 2.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we had the OD line where like there was this my favorite moment of that trip. Well, there's two favorite moments with that trip. Was
Harry Potter ride.
was when there was a ride where it went straight up and goes straight down, and I was like, oh, I'm not getting on that ride. And then Noel Brown's like, oh, if you're not gonna get on that ride, then I'm not gonna get on the ride. And if I'm not gonna get on the ride, I'm gonna be mad. And if I'm mad, I'm gonna be mad at you. So that he forced me to go on the ride, right? And it was godlike, but I was scared. But then he wanted to run it back. So and everyone loved it. So everyone ran it back. And while we're walking back, Noel randomly throws out a jab to the crowd. Oh damn! I just saw you guys a few minutes ago when I went on the ride the first time, and you guys still waiting online. So that was definitely an OD jab. And then the second one was when we were just like surrounded in the hot tub. It was like literally just everyone surrounded the hot tub, and we were just like literally passing like a volleyball, right? And we're just throwing volleyballs, like, and we're just hanging out, right? And then I guess I forgot who threw it, but Arturo had to catch it, and Arturo legit tried to catch it, but he fell all the way back. Do you remember that?
Oh my god.
He fell all the way back, like it was like a turtle landing on the back of his thing.
I remember that.
So
There's good times. Nobody slept. We all stayed up till like 7 in the morning. Breakfast buffet opened at 7. So it's like we pulled an all-nighter, stayed in the hot tub, stayed in the pool, played volleyball. I brought a football, so we were throwing catch in the pool. And then it was 7 a.m. The sun rose. We all watched the sunrise together, and then we all had breakfast together. And then we all had to fly home after.
yeah, see, and then plus that was the first time we really like hanged out with international players because GamerB was there, Tokido was there.
He was there.
GamerB and Tokido, they joined us on the Disney World and Universal Studios, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I would say that's kind of my favorite tournament of all time was that CEO, 2011? Yeah, CEO 2011. And for you is season beatings, and Marn's West Coast Warzone for different reasons. But yeah, I mean, it's totally understandable. Marn probably got the top player treatment from John, Rog, and Kai.
Obviously, that's
Right.
right. Godlike.
So,
Fun time.
what happened?
I said it was fun time.
Yeah, it was
Which is
fun
what I
time.
mean. I like OG versus new because that shit would never happen in the new FGC.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's too many people. Obviously, like tournaments are getting bigger now, so I would say it's kind of hard to get people to be like, hey, like I want to run. I like for a person to say this is the best tournament of all time. It's gonna be harder for people to say during this time and era because it's just too much. All right, what's the best French fries of all time though?
Oh, that's McDonald's free.
Yeah, I can agree with McDonald's. Consistency would be McDonald's.
It's crazy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we found out they put like crack in it or something. Like, for real. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
How about you, Marn?
I mean, there's. I don't want to say it, but
Say it more.
Burger King is godlike.
That's crazy. Over McDonald's?
What? Absolutely. You ever had Burger King fries?
I have.
That shit's fantastic.
I've never went back to Burger King.
Have you guys ever had?
And obviously, your taste buds are ass.
Oh,
That's not true. Necessarily like terms only for the marshmallows ass.
Have you
Oh,
guys?
The marshmallows are the best part, so obviously the marshmallows are godlike. What do you mean? So you're saying you're saying the taste of the marshmallows from Lucky Charms are ass?
I'm not saying Lucky Charms is ass.
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up.
Well, what about Wingstop fries?
Wingstop fries are top tier. That's just S tier.
Wingstop fries or Five Guys Cajun fries.
Asian fries, those.
Those are good. Not better
Not
than
for me.
McDonald's. though.
Yeah, I mean, I
Not better
get.
than Burger King. I don't know.
I don't know about Marn. You know,
That's
I
one
really
of the
thought McDonald's was gonna.
You know what I hate about Wingstop fries? Let me tell you. I hate fries
That are
with
big.
skin still on them.
That what?
Oh.
Oh, skin.
Freshly
Yeah.
cut fries. He's not about that life.
Not for me.
Okay. I mean, I just still like the seasoning of the Wingstop fries. Those are
Yeah,
seasonings
Wingstop
are really
fries are
good.
kind of OP.
You like the seasoning or you don't?
I love the seasoning.
I love it. I get extra seasoning on that shit.
Oh no,
All the salt
that's
is
too
good.
much. That's too much salt.
Nah, extra seasoning.
Okay, so we're gonna ask questions from the chat. Crowan asks, "What is everyone doing during quarantine?"
I still go to work, so
Okay, Sherry got a job. What about you, Neo?
What was the question? I couldn't hear.
What?
What do you say?
No, what are you staying? What are you doing during quarantine to stay sane?
Oh, okay. So for me, work slowed down a lot, but still some work. Uh, since there's no video games or fighting games, or no Marvel more specifically, I decided to just pick up and go on learning nutrition and as much as exercise as I can. So that, um, talking to friends as much as you can, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, Neo definitely lost a shit ton of weight, especially from the wedding versus now. It's a lot of weight
Yeah.
for sure. Oh, but what about you, Marn?
I've been playing WoW. I don't know what sleep is anymore. I've been playing a lot of WoW.
It's
I've been
so
watching a lot of shows,
is it regular WoW or that classic WoW?
like just regular WoW. I ain't down with this classic bullshit.
So do you like raids?
Wait.
No, I'm just leveling.
You're not level.
Just
So
leveling.
what's the
I've
max
leveled
level?
like 3 characters so far. We're in it for the long run.
What's the max
Huh?
level?
You play a mage, Marn?
I play a mage. I made a monk. I made a druid. I made a priest. I made a death knight.
Damn.
Yeah, we don't know what sleep is. I probably have slept like maybe like 2-3 hours in the past like 4 days.
4 days?
And it's not like I'm not like it's not like I'm not tired, but it's like I can't sleep. Like I'll lay down and be like, oh shit, and then like I'll be like, oh shit, I'm gonna sleep at a regular time. It's 10 p.m. And then like I wake up and I'm like, damn, I'm wide awake. What time is that? I look at my phone and it's 10:31 p.m. and I'm just like, dude, I don't know. Like I don't know what's going on. Like maybe I just have insomnia now, but I can't sleep anymore.
Okay, so Marn, this question is for you from Hydro Star Knight. He's a fan of you, I guess. Why don't you play fighting game professionally anymore? Pretty much. He misses your
like,
gameplay, man.
Well, wait, so am I supposed to be like super real or can I give a fake answer?
I mean,
There you go. See, old school, new school, or
I mean, you can give a answer that can satisfy Hydro Star Knight.
Okay.
But he said be real.
Okay, be real, but like
within PG.
Like, why don't
Yeah,
I play? Okay. When he says professionally, it's so like tournaments and stuff, right? Not like just like why I don't play fighting games.
Yeah, like professional, like tournaments, going to this, your last thing was pretty much like, Street Fighter 5 E-League, pretty much. That's kind of like what I remember as the last time that professional Marn was a really big factor thing.
By the way, just real quick, to me, my favorite, most recent or whatever might be Marn moment was his run at NCR.
Yeah, that's pretty much snowball to the E-League thing.
That was crazy.
That was pro Marn.
Okay, I got my answer. So basically, I didn't like how negative everyone was towards me, even though I tried not to do anything bad. And even then, people would bring up my past and shit. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go into hiding, and I'm just not gonna play anymore, and you guys can have fun playing your games.
So pretty much, the Twitch chat made you retire or kind of disappear from the professional scene, but still sort of being part of the scene.
Yeah, like, I mean, I still had fun playing fighting games, but sometimes you gotta give up stuff, If I felt like my mental was like shot, and I was just like, you know what, it's either die real fast or try to keep on living doing other shit. So I was just like, well,
Damn, even the camera's crying, Marn.
What?
When you were talking, the camera was crying. The camera was like,
what do you mean by crying?
The camera was starting getting fizzy, blurring up. And I was like, oh, the camera's crying too.
Oh, yeah. So I was like, you know what? I don't think it's worth it to play anymore. And, Rise being the good place that they are, Reem was just like, why don't you just become the manager and you don't have to play anymore and not be in the spotlight anymore. So I took that opportunity, and he was just like, you're good here at Rise and you can do whatever you want and you can, help me out here. And I was just like, that's way better. I can live through Smug and K-Brad.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. You definitely have helped Rise in terms of FGC, in terms of like making Mena RD. He pretty much was Capcom Cup champion because of him being on Rise, of you picking him up. Then
Oh,
obviously,
do you know the story of why? Do you want to know the story of why Mena was on Rise?
what's that?
At final round, Mena beat me 5-0 for $20, right? And I was like, damn, no one ever beats me 5-0. This kid must be godlike.
I beat you
So
5-0.
right after final round, I was like, yo, Reem, you gotta pick this dude up. Because I was like, damn, I'm not doing anything. I haven't made top 8 in forever. So I was like, yo, Reem, you gotta pick this guy up. Because if Mena does good, then he'll overshadow me and it won't make me look as bad, right? And then the same year, he eventually wins Capcom Cup.
It's snowball.
I'm
5 for $20, snowballed into the Capcom.
Yeah, he snowballed me. I didn't win one round. And I was like, bro, he's gonna win Capcom Cup, dude. I got this, dude. And that is literally the only reason why we picked him up. Because I was like, he's gonna fucking win, dude. Because he 5-0'd me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay. Ultimizer asking questions. What got you into fighting games? How about you,
You
Sherry?
guys talk. Yeah, there you go.
Me?
Yeah. What got you into fighting games?
Okay. I mean, obviously, everybody in this chat knows it's random that I got into fighting games. Maybe not the Twitch chat, but everybody in this Discord. I did not play games growing up, by the way. Like, it's really big because I grew up in Philly, so I moved to SoCal. So a lot of people, like my childhood friends from Philly, all thought it was really surprising that I played Street Fighter professionally, I'd say, or I guess. I'm really into cars. So my friend played Initial D, and we went to Arcade Infinity one day, and one of my friends, known as Shiggle BMX, we knew him as Dan Tam, because he was in our like team of cars. Like we went to car shows together, and you represent as a team. So he's part of Team Innovate, and he disappeared for 2 years. And I was like, damn, where the hell did he go? So we go to Arcade Infinity to play Initial D, and there he is, Dan Tam. But all the people around him kept calling him Shiggle BMX, and I was like, who the fuck is Shiggle BMX? And he like pulled me aside. He's like, yo, it's so good to see you. Haven't seen you in so long. And I'm like, yo, what's up? What are you doing here? Like, are you playing Initial D? And he said, no, we have a Street Fighter 4 RAN batch going on. And I said, I don't know what you just said to me. And he's like, it's a Street Fighter. He's like, you know what Street Fighter is? And I was like, no, I never heard of it. And he said, it's a fighting game. And he's like, yo, I got this idea. We're actually having like an all-girls tournament. Ladies of Arcade Infinity, ladies of AI. And we're supposed to find a girl to train and mentor for this tournament. And like, you know, could you be that, like, do you want to play Street Fighter? And I said, trust me, you don't want to pick me. I've never played a game in my life. I'm probably going to be really, really ass at Street Fighter. And he said, it's fine. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. And I said, okay, you know, I'll do it. So I started, like, practicing. Like, he let me go to his house and we played. And he was a Blanca main. And I said, I'm not playing this ugly-ass character. And he said, okay. So he's like, choose the character you want to play. So I don't know any characters. I don't know who Ryu is. I don't know who Chun-Li is. I'm just like scrolling around, and I land on Sea Viper, this hot-ass, red-haired, Angelina Jolie-looking chick. And I was like, ooh, I want to play her. And he said, no, you shouldn't play her. And I said, why not? And he's like, she's a very technical character. You've never played a game before. You shouldn't play her. And I said, no, I want to play her. And he was like, well, I can't teach you how to play her, but I have my friend, who is the best SoCal Sea Viper player. And I said, okay. And his name is Sherryjenix. So, Sherryjenix was like the original SoCal Sea Viper, whatever. And his name is Ivan, and he's a friend of Dan Tam. So, Dan Tam sent me over to his house. And now that I think about it as an adult, that was probably very dangerous to do because I didn't know who the fuck Ivan was. And I like went to his house to go play some Street Fighter. So, luckily, Ivan was a nice guy, and he wrote out a list of combos. He was like, I want you to practice this when you go home. I said, okay. And he was showing me all the stuff she can do. He was showing me like Fierce Paint Fierce, and I was like, oh my god, that looks godlike. He was showing me instant Tiger Knee Flame Kick. I said, okay. And at first I had a pad and I couldn't play. Like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So I asked my uncle, I said, I know it's not my birthday, but can you buy me a fight stick for my birthday? Because it's $200 from Mad Catz. And he said, what for? And I said, I don't know, it's just something I'm gonna try. It's something I'm picking up. And he's like, okay. So he buys me the Mad Catz fight stick, the very first edition Mad Catz fight stick.
The white one or the red one? The standard edition or tournament edition?
Tournament edition.
Okay.
And then I went to Arcade Infinity, and I was too scared to play. and Ivan put a quarter up for me because Kino was playing, and Kino had a streak, and I didn't know who anybody was, and I was like, I don't want to play against these people. These people are really good. And he was like, this is how you get better. You just have to go in. So he put up the quarter for me, and then when I forgot who the hell lost, they got up. Kino was like, oh, who's next? And then Ivan touched me, and he was like, she's next. And I said, no, not me, not me, not me. And they're like, dude, just fucking do it. Obviously, Kino beats my ass, and then I'm just like, okay, I think I can start doing this. I go play in the tournament. I get 0-2'd. I got fucked up. I was complete trash. I remember I did throw into ultra. And then Ivan was like, why did you ultra? And I was like, I don't know, I panicked. So anyways, I was a fucking scrub. But I met everybody in the community. And that's how I got the name Sherryjenix, by the way. Shigo BMX signed me up as Sherryjenix, and it just stuck with me ever since. And, that was my very first EVO, 2009. And I didn't know who the fuck Justin was, but Justin was in Grand Finals at Daigo. So I was like, oh, he must be pretty good then. And the people around me were like, you don't know who Justin Wong is? And I was like, nah, I don't know who that is. And I was like, but he must be really good if he's in Grand Final. And yeah, I just played every day for like 17 hours at Arcade Infinity that entire summer. And then that was 2009, and I started traveling in 2010. And then yeah, I just kept meeting people along the way. So that is how I started with fighting games. Street Fighter 4.
Okay, I mean, that's a good story coming from a person that never known how to play fighting games, who thought SNES was the first system of all time.
I didn't play games.
Yeah, Sherry thought Super Nintendo was the first gaming console of all time.
Oh wow.
So I automatically assumed that was the first system that was out. SNES.
Okay, what about you, Neo?
What was the question again? How did I get into fighting game?
Yeah, how do you get into fighting games?
So, for some people, I was actually born in Mexico, and in most of the corners.
What was your first word as a baby?
Mom, for sure.
Like mom, or like
Mama.
mommy, or like mama?
Mama.
Okay.
Or so they tell me, right? I mean, hopefully that was, I don't know. But all of you guys have been to Mexico. There's all the neighborhoods, or most neighborhoods, have like a corner store or some store kind of around within the vicinity. And a lot of those stores have like arcades, or like they have one arcade cabinet. And in Mexico, most of them are, KOF, some Street Fighter, Samurai Shodown. They have a lot of Neo Geo. So my mom used to give me, like, I don't know, 10 pesos to go and buy, food, groceries from that store. And I was going to spend, 10, 20 pesos. I was going to spend, if it was 10, I was going to spend 7 or 8. And I had 2 or 3 pesos left. That was for me. So instead of buying like a candy bar or something else, I just always put it in the machine. And fighting games were always they were still like Mario, and there were still like other games like Pac-Man. But for me, fighting games were always just more exciting. I always like cartoons that were about fighting. I always like watching like Bruce Lee movies. So things like that when I was a kid always intrigued me. For a lot of you guys, Saint Seiya in Mexico is huge. They call it like the Knights of the Zodiac in Spanish. So that cartoon is all about fighting and that type of thing. So I always liked playing fighting games, and like the fact that like you can play against somebody else made it more exciting. Like it wasn't just the AI, like playing against a friend and smack talking later on, and even making like at that point little like small bets. So if I beat you, I'm gonna get a cup of corn. If you beat me,
oh wait, a cup of corn?
A cup of corn, yeah.
Okay.
The corn man, the elote man that comes to the neighborhood.
Yeah, you guys had the elote man back in the day.
What do you mean back in the? What do you think? What do you think the elote man came from?
Bro, that corn was godlike.
You guys had elote man on every corner. That's wild.
Elote man, tacos, So you would play for those things back in the day. Like not really money, but all of those things made it exciting. And then when I came to the United States, I just kept playing like with the people that I started meeting here, like my local scene or local people that I also play Street Fighter, or I also play this. Little did I know there was an actual like scene, a competitive scene. Now back then, obviously it was nowhere near as big as it was today, but it was an Evo trailer when I started like hanging out with people and making friends here that also enjoyed fighting games. One of my friends said, hey, check this trailer out. It's like about this big tournament that happens every once a year. It's like the Super Bowl of fighting games. And unfortunately, it happened to be the one where they made a highlight of Justin of the Daigo parry, and everybody going crazy. So I'm like, whoa, this is sick. Like, I don't even know what that was, right? Because like we weren't that advanced in fighting games. I was like my local town hero, and I didn't even really know at a higher level what I was doing. Like, I could beat all of them, and here I am thinking, hey, I'm gonna go to that tournament and do pretty good probably, and then probably went immediately 0-2 or 1-2 in pools because I wasn't even using top tier characters. So after that first Evo, it was like very exciting, you know, watching people in pools and then the stage and all of that, and it snowballed into, you know, years and years of like meeting you guys and all these other experiences. So that's how I got involved with fighting games, or more specifically, to be honest, at higher levels, Marvel, because like I never really, you know, played. I played other games, but I was nowhere near. I had to pick for what I was doing at the time. What game was best for me? And like the one game that I dedicate time to, and that was Marvel. So that's how I got involved with the scene.
Oh,
That's
there
nice.
you go.
That's a nice story. It's like you're like. It reminds me of the movie Coco.
Hey, all right.
Okay.
Well,
Hey, Goku is cute.
It makes more sense.
Yeah,
now
so you saying Neil's not cute?
What? I said it was cute. I said que lindo.
Oh, I thought you said Coco is cute, and I was like,
That's
damn,
cute.
that means Neil's not cute.
Damn, there's always some.
Yeah. What about
Well,
you?
that's great. You said he was like Coco, and I said Coco's really cute. So like,
Thanks, Sherry.
What
See,
about-
that would have been possible if I wasn't the same like shape from your wedding. Sherry would have been like, oh, that's a cool story.
oh yeah.
What about you?
The weight loss, huh?
What about you, Mark?
What?
What about you?
How did I get into fighting games?
Yeah.
One day I was at the mall.
Brother.
I played Killer Instinct. It was my last quarter. My brother beat me. I went home and cried. Then my mom was like, "Here you go," because like the apartment that we were at was like right next to the mall. So I went there, cried, and my mom gave me $1. So I went back, and then I played CVS 1, and it was against. Well, I don't think a lot of people, anybody would know him, but like, I played against this guy named Brian Tyson,
I know Brian Tyson.
and he fucked me up. And then after that, like, I never stopped playing CVS 1. And then my brother was like, "Dude, there's a tournament at U of H soon. We should go." And I'm like, "All right." And went there, met Ricky, and I was like, "Hey, Ricky, can you teach me Nakaruru?" Because at my arcade she wasn't unlocked, but at the U of H arcade she was. And Ricky was like, "Learn yourself." And I was like, "Jesus fucking Christ." I was like, "God, that was pretty mean." And I was like 11. I think I was like 11 or 12. And I was like, "Okay." And then yeah, and then I played in a tournament. I think I got like top 16. I lost to Duck No.
Woo!
And
This is in Texas.
yeah,
You guys travel like that back then?
what I was born in Texas.
Well, you, but I'm talking about like Ricky and Duck Doe.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that was
Texas-
the that was
yeah,
the
they all went to Texas. That was the Marvel Gate where they tried to split first or whatever.
yeah
I
that was the
forgot.
first Texas that was the first Tex showdown I heard of that Ricky and Duck got top 2. I think Flo was 3rd or something, whatever. Because I think Flo was there, and then that's the B5 year. That's when Ricky came to
Oh,
ECC
B5.
6, and then I won Marble 2 there, and then yeah, that was that year. That was 2001. Oh look, Ducks in the chat. We went to Texas Showdown for CVS 1 and Marvel 2. We tied for first, Ricky and I tied for first. That was just because that was before, back in the day. That was the split potting days, where if you want to split the pot, we just say we tied for first. So people
Yeah.
call it tied for first.
Yeah, the video of me playing Duck is actually on Preppy's video.
Pepper's site.
Preppy's site.
Oh wait, damn, he has that old
Really
ass.
random.
He has that footage.
Yeah, it was really random. Like Duck bodied me, but like, yeah. After that, I was like, damn, I want to go to more tournaments. And then like me and my brother, my brother would rent a car and other Houston people, and we would like drive the final round. We drove to Evo, like we did mad shit. And yeah, that's basically how. I just remember Ricky telling me to fucking just learn myself, and I was like, damn, that's fucked up, dude.
That's
Whatever.
struggle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of vague if you ask a question like, "Hey, can you teach me this character?"
I mean,
Like that's a
if
lot of
if
work.
If I don't know you.
Yeah, but if I saw a 12-year-old kid come up to me nowadays, I would be like, "Oh, I'll help you out."
You said
I
nowadays.
wouldn't be like,
You
"Yo,
said nowadays.
no."
You said 2020. But what about back in the day?
No,
Because you guys were the same age too.
I'm just saying, like, even back then, if I was Ricky's age and I was 12 years old, I would definitely be
Would
with
you
the
have
12 year. Huh?
Would you have them?
Yeah. What? You know, that's mean, bro. Like, I was like, damn, that hurts.
I mean, I shot rockets at a little kid in Mortal Kombat. You don't see me regretting shit.
You were cheating. According to him.
You're gonna learn today.
Yeah, you don't see me regretting shit. That's what it comes down to. And then, all right. So this is gonna be the last question. It's gonna be pretty straightforward. Hope you guys are ready. Because I think I already know the answer for at least 2 out of 3. Do you guys like playing against me? Anyway. Damn, that's it? Just like that? You guys don't like playing against me?
No, I was waiting for somebody to go. Mark.
Yeah, I was waiting for Neo to go because Neo got the answer to everything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
wow.
I was just waiting for him to answer your question first.
I mean, you guys
Oh.
can choose whatever. I just want to know.
Me, it's interesting. For me, it's you're one of the players that not what happened. Is he back?
He's back without video.
What, does he know he's back?
Yeah, there you go.
Marn, you want to go first?
No, I don't
Yeah,
like
Marn,
playing
you go
against
first.
you.
You
There you
left, you
go.
left first, so you have to go first now. You left.
There you go.
You.
That's
you
the
bitched
answer.
out
What do you
first.
mean? I
gotta go
hate playing
first.
against him.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why? Like what? Like
He just understands me and it's fucking annoying.
The-
Like, what do you want me
I
to
mean-
do? Like,
He understands everybody, so that doesn't count.
no, he doesn't. He loses tournaments sometimes, but he doesn't lose against me. There's a complete. What do you mean?
I mean, you beat me in turn before.
That was you let me win.
No, there's a couple times you beat me in turn before.
There was no way you could actually just not block Ibuki's EX Kunai mix up.
What do you
4
mean?
times
It's
in a row.
50. That's
No,
50.
it was like 8 times in a row.
That's 50-50. I just guessed wrong. You are a master of coin flips. Eventually, I'm gonna
No,
lose in coin
again,
flips.
like I told you that
That's
day.
fun.
I told you that day that you guessed right. It was just the other way. Like there was ways I wanted to do it, and then you guessed right, but it went the other way, and it worked out in my favor.
So yeah,
That doesn't count.
so then you beat me.
And that doesn't count. No, that doesn't count as beating you.
Okay, but why don't you enjoy playing with me in games? I like playing video games.
no, we know that.
Yeah, I like playing games without you.
So you don't want to play games with me?
Not fighting games.
All right, how about you, Sherry?
Wait, why did Neo go first? What do you mean?
I can go. I don't. I
Yeah,
don't
go
mind.
ahead.
You're one of the people that I love playing. I love learning from when I play because I understand your motives. I understand, or at least I try to understand as best as I can. So I learn a lot from especially defensive-oriented players. So you're obviously very defensively oriented, and I appreciate defense to the maximum. It's like my favorite bosses are defensive. Everything is defensive for the most part, and so I really learned a lot from the mistakes that I made from like people like you more than anybody, defensive players, and obviously that applies to you. But I will say that you blocked me a lot, dude. Like a lot of tournaments that I was supposed to win, not supposed to, apparently I didn't win. That I was on my way to win. You got in the way.
I mean,
I squeezed some top 8s, but I was already in losers. Put me in losers. So that's the part that I love playing you because I learned from it. It's just I lost a lot of the time. Like maybe what's the ratio out of 10 times? What is it? 8-2, 9, or worse? Right? Keeping it
yeah,
probably 8-2 overall because I squeeze some wins every now and again.
yeah.
But so that hurt because that's probably in the trajectory of playing, you getting in the way. Well, Chris G got more in the way in Marvel 3, but I probably would have won. You probably blocked me a good 8 to 12 majors. and definitely like 4 Evos. Like not Evo wins, but Evo. Like you were always on my path. It's like they took your name and they looked for me. They're like, oh yeah, fools. Put them right there. We go. Baby.
Yeah, we definitely played pools at least like 4 times in Marvel 2.
And I was supposed to beat you the first, and you fell out of the captain's sword, and then from there I was just cursed.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
No? Oh,
It's not my fault.
So that's my answer.
Okay.
You know, like, it's great to play you, but it just kind of stinks sometimes.
What about you, Sherry?
It's great to play you in terms of like me trying to figure out what my bad habits are, because you expose it immediately, right? It's so fucking boring playing you. Jesus Christ. Like, you just are so fucking boring.
How am I boring?
Like, oh my god. Let's see. Street Fighter 4. Okay, I have a couple moments. The very first time I played you, you came to SoCal, right? And I never played you before, and I was playing Viper, and you were playing Rufus. And then I was actually gonna beat you in a game. And then I was gonna chip you out with Medium Punch Thunder Knuckle, and then you ultra'd it. And I was like, oh, that was actually pretty sick. And I was like, oh yeah, Justin's pretty good. You know, that's when you were like undefeated. Like everybody was just like, Justin automatically has first place at any tournament that he goes to in like Vanilla Street Fighter 4, right? And then fast forward, we become good friends, and then we played a first to 50, and you 50-1'd me, 50-1, and you played every character on the cast in Street Fighter 4. And I was like, every single time I lost, I questioned myself, why am I playing this fucking game? I am so bad at this game, and you're like, Sherry, you're not that bad. You just don't do a lot of things. And I was like, Justin, what am I not doing? And you, I don't know if people know this, but I hope the Twitch chat knows this. Justin is a fucking terrible teacher. He is a terrible teacher. He can play you and expose your bad habits, but he'll never tell you what was it that showed him your bad habits. What is it to get around the bad habits? Because when I asked him, Justin, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You're destroying me. He said, just flame kick. You're not flame kicking enough. And I said, what am I supposed to do? Just mash flame kick? Said, yeah. Why not? Why not just mash flame kick? That's the best move you have. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And either way, I still got bodied, right? So now we move on to Street Fighter 5. So I'm in Vegas, and then we're running the set. And I don't mind playing like first 100s. I can play first 100s, right? But I think I played a first to 20 with Justin, and I wanted to kill myself because he was playing Manat. And Manat versus Nikali, especially Justin's Manat, that shit is so fucking boring. So boring. Doesn't jump. Always anti-airs. It's just fucking fierce all day. Backdash. And when you're in the corner, wake up jab.
And the craziest thing is, he thinks that shit's fun. He thinks he's having the time of his life.
Justin is having the time of his fucking life. I am sitting there, full screen away, like, here we fucking go. I had worked mad hard to get in on him, and he woke up backdash and got out of my frame trap, and here we gotta go again. I gotta work hard again. I gotta work mad hard, and Justin's just chuckling, like he's sitting in the corner with Manat, throwing his fucking orb whenever he wants, and just having a grand old time. But I will say, again, playing against Justin just exposes your bad habits so well. Like, you learn a lot about yourself as a player when you play against Justin. So that's a great thing that happens.
You don't.
You do!
No, you understand the same thing happens to me, right? Justin's like, oh, with Mika, you just command throw more. So when I try to command throw him, he jumps, and he's just like, oh, well, there goes that. Like, what's the point of...
I mean, when I was playing against Manat, he said, you're playing Nikali. All you gotta do is jump. I started the round with jump, and he anti-aired me, and I said, oh, okay.
Yo, but you... But if I'm telling you something... Okay.
I'm gonna do a delayed jump the next time.
You see...
That's just a fight. 99 seconds. I waited till 98 seconds and I jumped and you anti-aired me again. And I said, Justin, this is not how the backstroke goes. I cannot just jump.
You have to mix it in. Okay. In my defense, back in the day, my teaching was very bad. My coaching is very bad. I would just say, like, just block better, do less. You know, I'll do like little phrases. But now I would say I'm definitely way better at giving you explanations. Sure, I even gave you homework to do. I even told you, like, play by play what you could do better in the match. So it's definitely It's definitely way better in terms of back. See, you're not giving me credit for the modern version of Justin Wong. And then Marn,
No, I still
Marn,
just command.
Marn. The main reason that you got top 8 at Evo for Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is because I picked your team. You always ask me when it comes to a fighting game, Justin, which character is good for me. You always come to me for character
but
suggestions.
You also almost lost me a match with your. Come on.
Oh, the uppercut?
Oh, the uppercut.
Yes.
Okay, that was
I never forgot that.
that was bad. That was just one bad point. But what about you making top 8 at Evo for Marvel
Neo
3?
To tell the story first. I need Neo to tell the story.
You know what's more amazing to me? That you did it on the fly.
The reaction was good.
That shit was 0.1 second later. You understand that, right?
We're at Canada Cup, and Martin's playing against somebody, and it's a critical moment in the match. I think it was Sentinel. Martin's Akuma, and somebody else has Sentinel, and it's coming down to the wire or something. So it's a critical moment in the match.
It was like pixel, by the way.
Justin, myself, and other people were in the crowd watching the match, and we're paying a lot of attention because it's intense. The other guy with Sentinel does mid-screen or semi full screen hard drive with Sentinel, and because there was some distance between him and Akuma, you hear Justin go uppercut, and when he said that, Martin literally, like, without hesitation, uppercut, and it got beat. And then when it happened, Justin was like, oh.
Like,
And for the rest of the set, I'm looking at Justin and he goes, oh my god, I hope Martin wins, please win, please win, please. Because if he lost, he knew, bro, if he loses, I'm just gonna, like, it's gonna be a bad weekend for me. He's gonna be bitching to me the whole weekend.
Dude, I was ready just to give Martin like the winnings of my tournament. I was like, oh shit, that was my fault, bro. But I'm just saying, okay, but that was vanilla Marvel 3. What about when you didn't know what team to play in Marvel 3? I mean, I felt like I picked the perfect team for you. Literally, it was the perfect team for you, and you were able to like get in that ass on everybody. Even I couldn't block that dumbass mix-up.
I mean that's alright, but like, you know,
You got top 8.
If we fast, wait, that's even like that's behind Street Fighter 5 when you just like, yo, just command throw.
I mean, you don't command grow. If we watch any of your Mika footages, you definitely barely command throw. You never command throw. That was the only thing you were missing in your game. Like, you were so scared to command throw. You do Mika's drop kick, and you're like, oh, I'm never gonna command throw in this situation. You always just do Link, stand light kick, stand strong. You never go for the command grab.
I mean,
Yeah, fuck playing against Justin, dude. Who cares, dude? No.
well, what
See,
about
that's not playing against you, Justin. That's you giving us advice. Playing against you is a different thing.
At least
Yeah.
you got advice and lessons. I just had to play them.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really get session a lot with Neo. Usually when we do sessions, I would say it's more of like the modern times, but not during the Marvel 2 times. Like, we played more like Marvel 3, and the thing I always tell Neo is that his TACs are very like easy to read. Like, you have easy TAC patterns. Like, if you're doing a Magneto combo and you're doing fly, fierce, it's gonna be left side no matter what. Guarantee left side. That's always a guarantee. That's always a guaranteed side TAC. 100%. Anyone, even the commentators always say this is the Neo's flowchart with the side TAC right here. Like, that's the only thing I always tell you, that your main problem is that your TACs are easy to read, and your Dark Phoenix is kind of sus.
Well, yeah, because no, it is very sus. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with that character, but you know.
You just it's a teleport. You know what I'm saying? I could play Marvel 3 if I wanted to.
Oh, that's all I gotta do, Sherry. Huh?
As Dark Phoenix, hell yeah, that's all you gotta do.
All right.
Yeah, even against like things, yeah, like stuff like that. I mean, you played Street Fighter 5 just for fun, just because like me and Nasir were playing, and you're like, you want to play too, right? So I mean, yeah, I would say even in Marvel 2, I tell you, like, your main weakness is cable. That's your main weakness is cable. Because you don't have offense. Your offense is kind of.
It's getting broken down. Yeah.
I mean, your defense is OD. Your spacing is OD, but the offense, you're not gonna open up cable. Like, how are you gonna stop cable from jumping back?
Yeah, that's true. But you know.
See, I give good advice. I go straight to the point.
But we were talking about playing against you, not your advice per se.
That's just only on stream. If we're off stream, Justin's gonna be like, oh, just command throw, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, playing against me is pretty fun. Listen.
I mean, we were playing like a couple months ago, and you're like, Sherry, why don't you just gotta throw? Why aren't you throwing with the volley?
You never throw.
You gotta throw.
Yeah, because you go for frame trust more. See?
I get it, you know.
I mean, do I need to explain something if in deeper detail if it's just something very little?
Well,
So this is what I had a discussion with before. This is like kind of going on a tangent now. When you're playing, there's certain players at a certain level, like you and like Nuggledew or something. When you guys give advice, that's what you think. You say the whole, do I need to explain something when it's a simple situation? It's not as simple as you think. Because sometimes we're not aware that we're autopiloting certain situations, and you're just like, why don't you just switch it and change it to throw? But sometimes we don't know that. We don't recognize a situation where we're like, damn, we should have done a throw there. But to you, that automatically comes to your mind because you played so long, you recognize the situation, you're accustomed to it, so you're like, damn, I would have done the throw there. So
yeah,
it's simple.
That's fair. That is fair. That is fair. But I mean, there's times where I point out. There's times where it should be in your muscle memory that, okay, if I say like, oh, I'm putting in the same situation that Justin said that like, this is where I should be throwing. You don't think it should just automatically like click to that?
You don't point out the situation really. You just say, you should throw more instead of frame trapping. But sometimes there's certain situations that lead to that situation where I felt natural to do a frame trap there versus a throw. But we don't recognize that. Versus you recognize it because you are a high skill level player. So sometimes we do need you to break it down and be like, yeah, you should throw specifically in this situation because as you can see, when you set it up like this, they keep taking the frame trap. And instead you're like, why don't you just throw it, Sherry? I never see you throw. Why don't you just throw it?
I mean, I feel like I break it down pretty hard. You know? Even Marn was asking me to find mix-ups for him.
That's
in games. Different. That's all I'm saying. So Marn, I actually definitely teach you a lot.
You know, there was that one time at Combo Breaker when I played against Nuggledew, and I'm pretty sure we planned out that I was just gonna keep going, and he was never gonna EXDP, but he EXDP'd the whole fucking match. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Like, oh, he's never gonna DP. Oh, he DP'd every single time he had meter, baby. I got fucking
I remember that. but Nuggledew kind of owns you, actually too.
I was supposed to beat him at DreamHack that one time.
Yeah, in like the beginning years, but then, yeah, I think it's after that one time when you taught him Mika. Well, like you pretty much inspired him to play Mika, and then after that he figured out how to play Mika and understand Mika, and then understood how you played Mika, and then that was GG.
Season 1 Nuggledew?
Yeah. Marn's the reason why Nuggledew won Capcom Cup. That's pretty much the main reason.
Another snowball?
Another snowball.
Dude, I be snowballing people, dude.
Because Nuggledew was only playing Nash, and then said Gao sucks. But then he picked up Mika because he's like, Marn's like, yo, if Marn can do it, then I can do it. But Marn's Mika was OD though. That's for sure. I mean there was a lot of money lost that NCR.
NCR was something else.
That was a lot of money lost that people were betting, especially Marn vs. K-Brad.
People collecting from that, like there was literally a line of people.
The Marn versus K-Brad was the biggest bet. Because K-Brad was cooking Marn in casuals, bro. That shit was like 20-0, 10-0.
Yeah, he fucked me up.
And then the tournament happened? 2 out of 3?
I was like, dude, wait a minute. I just have to fucking sweep all day. Crouching roundhouse all day, dude. And then he died to it. And I was like, what? Alright, I won, dude.
And then the Abakashi was so confident that it was going to be a free money. And he bet the world. He bet the whole tournament. The whole tournament. He owed the whole tournament money.
The line was OD.
Well, I think that is the end of the first episode. just want to say thank you guys for tuning in and then all that shit. That show was fun. Hopefully you guys had fun. Marn doesn't look like he had fun, but hopefully it was all fun.
I'm just tired. You know, it's past my bedtime.
Right. Hope the chat enjoyed it. And if you guys want to give a shout out, you guys can give a shout out. I see Marn already shilling Rise. You know, team Rise. Right, Marn?
Sure.
Right. Follow Marnzors on Twitter. And what about you, Sherry? Anything in the works for you?
What's going on?
You got your shirt coming out?
My shirt's coming out in June. That's
Okay.
the one that I wore. I posted it on Twitter as well. Also my Instagram, if you guys want to follow me, it's all at Sherryjenix. That one's coming out in June, and obviously the proceeds go to eFight Pass. Something I couldn't really do much this year with the current condition and everything that's going on. And Kind of Fit, Kind of Fat is also going to donate some of the proceeds to a charity. They're currently looking for one right now to donate to, besides eFight Pass. So that's what's in the works. I have a couple of home projects going on, which I'll post about. That is Marn right there.
Oh,
Yeah, Jirobi, right?
I mean, Yajirobe cooked Vegeta, dude.
that's crazy.
I mean, what about you, Neo? Any shout outs?
Just thank you for having me. I actually had a lot of fun, a lot of different topics. It was
fun.
It was good to go down memory lane. So I had a lot of fun. Shout outs to all the three of you and everybody watching the stream. Everybody stay safe, with this whole Corona thing. Watch Justin's stream. Justin's stream is really entertaining. And when he's not playing fighting games, he's playing random games that even people now can participate. Like the viewers can actually participate.
Stupid game.
In
Marbles.
the games, and it's hype. It's actually really hype. It got me hype participating.
It's not
a
hype
lot
for
of
my
times
voice.
it happens. Yeah. So any people that want to actually have a really good time, watch the stream. And yeah, thanks for having me. Definitely miss you guys.
Yeah, man, missed all of you guys. I wish, obviously, we usually see each other pretty often in terms of tournaments and everything. So obviously we can't do any of that, but we obviously are in the digital world. Sherry does a lot of she always invites me to movie nights. I've never been to one of them because she doesn't choose the right
I
movies.
have a movie night every Friday night, and only Neo has been to one of them.
Yeah, and
I
then
was never invited. That's fucked up.
I told you about it. What are you talking about?
You've never told me about it.
Yes, I did. And
That's
then
fucking insane.
I definitely told you about it.
No, you did
I
not.
told everybody that was in Justin's Discord about it.
yeah.
fucking lie
Sherry
to me.
told me, and then Sherry also. I don't know if you do it every week, but do you commentate every Wednesday night fights for Street Fighter 5 now? It seems like it.
It's only when Vi asked, but it's been every other week so far.
Yeah.
And then, aren't we doing the Street Fighter 4 tournament this week?
We
This
are.
Thursday?
Thursday is a Street Fighter 4 tournament. Sherry will be commentating top 8, so that's gonna be pretty cool.
Right.
You gotta make sure you have it on PC, Sherry. That's the only way you can spectate.
I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll
All
buy
right.
it.
And then Neo